Good evening, everybody. We are live. Looks like we got JB in the house. Welcome, welcome, and Mr. Wilburn. Thanks for being here, you guys. It has been a busy, long day, and we ain't done yet. But we're making progress on the workshop for my wife. Dang, we're waiting again. Says Mr. JB. How you doing, brother? Let's see. Come on, computer. Here we go. So how's everybody's Friday, 4th of July weekend? What's happening? Have no fear. The Dougster is here. I'm here. Missed a couple, but I'm back. You ain't missed nothing, brother. We just got started. I hope this thing is sounding all right and behaving itself. I didn't have a whole lot of time to get it set up like it should be, but hey, Dennis. Welcome, welcome. And it looks like we got Brother Bear in the house. Pure Pontiac Garage. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Give everybody a minute to filter in. Kind of feel like here lately I've been kind of torn 13 different ways trying to work on a truck, trying to get the engine dialed in, trying to get this workshop finished up. We're actually making some real good progress. I'll take some pictures and throw it up on the community channel or community page or something like that next day or two. But insulation, drywall, all the electrical's been done for a while. New windows. It's where all the cool embroidered shit is going to start coming out of that my wife does. Just got in from the shop. Missed John's this week. Yeah, I didn't really get to see much of it either, and it kind of sucks because John Cope was in there. I always like seeing him. Him and John Wilburn, they do a good live together. But I caught the last few minutes of it. It was good, as usual. Hey, Rusted Junk, good evening. Justin is in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anybody wants to jump in, you're welcome to. Dougster says Monday I got a $1,000 quote to straighten the 92 D150 cabin chassis. Screw that, I'll fix a sad spot in the original frame. Yeah, I hear that one. Oh, excuse me. So what's everybody been up to all week? I'm assuming everybody's gotten to hear my 451 run. I've put 3 or 4 shorts up and long form on it. Got the distributor dialed in, and man, it's a snappy son of a gun. 4th of July weekend. Need to get some kind of design for stickers. LOL. Yeah, you know, Dennis, me and Brian were actually talking about that for you. I think it was on my live last week we were talking about that. Need to get a good picture of your car, at least of what he was thinking, and do something off of that airbrush work on the side of it. We could come up with a really cool graphic on that. Hey, Mr. Brian, thanks for being here, man. It's been a long day. Started working on that shop this morning at about 7 o'clock, and I literally just run in to get the live started. Damn it, storm came through and messed up my dang internet. That figures. I've actually been lucky. That is the one thing, and I'm kind of out in sticks too, but that is the one thing that has been solid for me, even more so than the electricity, is my cable internet. It's fast and reliable. Dougster's waiting on the plasma cutter to return from the shop. Hey, Mr. One-Eyed Cat, welcome, welcome. Damien, First Responder Garage, welcome, welcome. Strip the paint, frame, brush Rust-Oleum, rusty metal primer, and brush into a gloss black. Yeah, that rust killer stuff actually works pretty good. I'll be in a minute. I'm eating. Yeah, I haven't even ate yet. I'll be eating after the live, I'm guessing. Kind of me and a buddy of mine, I got helping, shared a pizza throughout the day, and that's about all I've eaten. But that's what summertime's for, is busy, busy, busy. Hey, Dr. Art, thanks for being here, brother. Yeah, no sleep for me. That's about right. And then first thing in the morning, I got to run back to town to Home Depot and get some more stinking supplies. John Wilburn was trying to convince me to come to his house and do his drywall work for him. No thanks. Dawn. My internet is all screwed up. That sucks. Hey, SO. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here, man. Left my wallet in the shop and spent the day laying down metal flake. Try to explain that to the wife. Right? The comments are just pouring in tonight. Thank you, guys. Let's see. Dougster, pork chop in every can. Exactly. Drink my dinner. I will jump on when this crap starts working. Well, you're welcome to jump on anytime, brother man. First Responder Garage says a shifter is mounted, not how I would hope, but it is mounted on wood. Yeah, sometimes we just got to do what we got to do. I hear that. Man, I've been there. I was thinking some potted meat and onions and mayonnaise, LOL. Yeah, that sounds like a meat salad sandwich of some sort. If it works, use it, says the one-eyed cat. You betcha. Why are you leaving YouTube? Auto Salvage Outlaws. I didn't know he was. Did I miss something, ASO? Auto Salvage Outlaw says Justin Hill, see you in a few days. LOL. Got a vintage Winters gated reverse manual shifter, says Dougster. That is cool. I really want to see a video on that. I really like that old Winters stuff. It's just cool stuff. Yes, they are indeed good. I'm leaving for a few days, laughing my butt off, says ASO. Well, that's good. Everybody needs a vacation. You had me worried there for a minute. Hate to see you leave the community. Barrows is very true. One-eyed cat. The worst car to have is the one that never leaves the shop. Yeah, that's no shit. Ah, fuck. Uh-oh. Son of a bitch. Comments are moving too fast, and I just accidentally banned first responder. Somebody help me here. How do I undo that? Shit, how do I undo that? The mouse went rogue on me. I don't know how you fix that, ASO, but thank you. You were not banned intentionally, brother. LOL, oopsie. Yeah, that's no lie. Go to your settings, he says. Oh, on StreamYard, Barrows. No, it wasn't the Nightbot this time. It was me, and it was completely unintentional. I hate that when things are moving and you accidentally click something and it moves along and clicks. Ah, oh, shit, I don't want to do that. Because ASO fixed it for me, first responder. You're not banned, and you'll never be banned from this channel, not intentionally. That's why I have these kick-ass mods helping me out. Yep, he does. You are stronger than the Force. Into my settings and got off of Wi-Fi, went to LTE, and that's even worse. Friggin' pissing a person off. I heard that. So your hardline coming into your house is screwed up from the storm. You might try rebooting your modem and router, JB. What do you got? You got cable or DSL, or what kind of internet service you got coming in? First responder garage, the new gaskets for my car give 1,000 horsepower, laughing my butt off. Hey, Hey, we're the monkeys. People say we're messing around. Happy Friday, all. Hey, Junkyard D, thanks for being here, man. Yeah, I think I'm the monkey today, that's for sure. Man, it's been a day. And it was a warm son of a gun, too. I think it hit 98. That's why we ain't out in the shop tonight. Hey!
God damn! God damn! I finally got here.
You got her sorted out, brother.
Dude, I had to get off the Wi-Fi. I had to get off everything.
Oh, you're talking about that is a 100-year anniversary limited edition Felpro gasket. I got that. Shoot, what year did I get that? I want to say it was like
2 weeks
17 or 18, but it was to celebrate Felpro's 100th anniversary. Actually, take it off the shelf. Yeah, 1918 to 2018. Go ahead. I'll do a full screen here for a second so you guys can see it.
I missed something here.
Oh, they just noticed the anniversary gasket sitting on the shelf and was talking about it. So I figured I'd pick it up and show it off a little bit. Yeah.
No,
It's just something cool. There was something cool that I got when I had my general repair shop. My biggest parts supplier landed it, and he actually got it at a some sort of seminar that Felpro did. They gave it to him, and being a collector's item.
And then what?
We were good friends. I did a lot of business with him. He gave it to me.
What's that fit? A Kubota?
I don't know. It fits something that's got a cylinder shaped like a number 1, I suppose.
Oh shit, guys.
Hey, Brian.
What's up? How's my sound?
You sound good.
I got a new microphone.
Now we got the.
Is that what's got the
And it lights up and stuff?
lights
And,
on it?
oh yeah.
Is that the one? Did Eric send you that one, or is that a different one?
No, this is one I just bought. It's
you just bought it,
or like $45.
It sounds good.
Got to sound better than the webcam mic that I was using.
Yeah, the webcam mics are, just like a built-in mic in a phone or something. They work, but they ain't great.
Can you guys hear the fan in the background? Is that annoying?
It's gonna sound.
I don't know. The only thing I can hear is my dang air conditioner, and that's right here in my office. So.
That's kind of what I got. I got a little portable AC unit here. We had the AC problems this week.
Yeah, I've been doing drywall out in the workshop. We're building for the wife all day, and started at 7:00 this morning. That's why I started the live a little bit late. My guy got helping me do it. He's actually still out there working on it. He's a friggin' trooper, man.
Well, that stuff should be drying pretty damn quick nowadays.
I fucking hate drywall.
I don't like it. It's like
Mr. I suck at body work. Mr. Wilburn, when he found out I was doing drywall, I popped in his live for a minute. He was trying to con me into coming and doing his. No, I got enough of my own to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I do drywall like I do Bondo. You just smear a bunch of it on there. Most of it ends up on the floor.
You know how I do drywall? I'm a pretty good electrician, and I got a friend that's a contractor. And actually, my wife has a friend that's a contractor, and I go do a little electrician work for her, and she sends her drywall guy over here for me. That's how I do fucking drywall.
Oh.
Yeah, this gal's got a bunch of rental apartments and shit, and I go and I help her out with electrical upgrades and stuff, and she sends her drywall guy over here, and I help him. So, hey, works for me.
I seen where Dustin was on Dead Dodge Garage and that stuff the other day, man. Kudos, man. You're getting there.
Man, I was so pissed off I missed that. I completely, you
Jamie's
know,
a great
well,
guy.
that,
Man,
that
he
was
is
on
so cool.
that was on Sunday, and I watched Dead Dodge Garage. I like him. I like him a lot. I like his channel. I like the shit that he does. And I knew he was doing the live, but I didn't know what time. And I even knew Brian was going to be on, the son of a bitch. I popped in the house and I jumped on the computer and I looked on his channel, and there was no damn scheduled live or nothing. So I went out in the garage and I started fooling with my 451, and I recurved the distributor and shit. I don't know if you guys have seen the short I put out after I recurved the distributor. Man, that sumbitch is snappy.
No, I need to check it out.
And I come back in the house after I fooled with it for an hour or two, and I did some other stuff, and I checked, and I seen that the damn live stream had just ended. I was pissed.
Yeah.
I even commented on it. Damn it, I missed it. And Dead Dodge commented back, man, that's unfortunate. I couldn't do anything but agree.
I think I picked up like between that and then he put part of the live stream on his next video. If you saw that, between those two, I picked up like 40 subs.
That's not fair.
40? Nice.
Yeah.
That's not fair to me. So I'm honestly interested because I didn't watch all that stuff, but how did he lost the bet or something and shaved his beard off? So how did
he said, and he made me say it too, so damn it. I'm hoping everybody forgets. But he was getting close to hitting 10,000 subs.
Yeah.
And somebody said, hey, when you hit 10,000 subs, you should shave your beard. And he's like,
and he hit 11,
well,
like
I'll have to cut my hair too. So he skipped over 10,000 and went straight to 11,000 after all that stuff with Uncle Tony.
I saw that. And that is so, I think I even commented on it on his he commented about that is so freaking cool. And he deserves it. He deserves every damn subscriber he's got. I love his content.
Well, did you know that he actually started his channel to get to the No Name Nationals? But he got it, and then Diesel was, he's all the way out there in...
He's up in northern Washington.
Yeah, and Diesel was $6 a gallon last year. He just couldn't swing it. I'm on his ass to come this year. Because I'd love to see him out there.
Yeah.
You and me both.
I've been watching a lot of his stuff here lately.
He's really down to earth, and how he talks about doing the projects and everything is really down to earth.
That's what I like about
me and him.
And he takes his time and goes through what he's doing, and he explains it well, and it just his whole demeanor and the way he does his channel. He does a great job.
I like the way he does the voiceover stuff.
Yeah.
I wish my voice was better, and I would do voiceover stuff.
Your voice is fine.
I need more teeth.
That's a good one.
Maybe once I get my teeth fixed and learn to talk again, then I might do it. But
get you some sound shaping software. It'll make you sound like whatever you want.
Exactly.
Well, I've got my little live studio set up the way I want now.
It looks bitchin' too.
I just bought some purple lights, so you see the purple. See my hand purple back here?
Yeah.
It looks different back there than it does up here. I'm ready to be one of them video game streamers.
Last night in Jason's live, I saw you in here, and I thought, wow, he's been working on that. That looks good.
Yeah, I got everything I need now. Well, I actually was a video game streamer earlier today. If anybody, I know there's a couple people in there. I got bored and it was hot, and I'm like, I ain't going out to the shop today. So I was like, screw it, I'm going to play video games. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to go play video games, might as well go live. So
right.
I did it. It was pretty
Real
cool.
quick here, I want to say thanks to Eric for being here, stopping in. Looks like he's prepping for a vacation. I hope he enjoys it. Everybody deserves one of them once in a while. Oh, that would be freaking cool. I'd bring that shit on a 4-story scaffold overhead. Had to get over heights fast if I wanted a job. Oh boy. Yuck.
Whew. I couldn't do it. I can't do heights.
I'm back.
Oh, I'm at 8:35 now. How did I pick up 2 subs today?
I've been picking up subs too, and I really haven't been putting out much content. You know, strangely enough, them shorts I've been doing on the 451 have really been kind of turds. The first start one finally hit 2.1K views, but God, it took over a week. You know, when I did the first start on the 428 and the rat rod, that sumbitch did 2,000 views in like 30 minutes. I think YouTube just ain't pushing the shorts as much.
No, they're not. They realize they made a mistake with that. I haven't put out a long form video since May 1st.
Wow.
I'm gonna shoot one this weekend. I got a nice long weekend. I hope to shoot a couple so I can get ahead, like a week ahead.
First responder, we're talking about Dead Dodge Garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dead Dodge Garage. Hey, Dennis is going to join us tonight. Hey, welcome, brother.
What's up, Dennis?
How we doing, guys?
We are doing. We're hot and sweaty and stinky, but we're hanging out.
Well, it's nice and 70 here where I'm at.
Well, it's about 72 in here under the AC, but I've been out hanging drywall and insulation and windows all frickin' day in a 98-degree heat. So.
Oh, yeah, it was 98 here and muggy.
Yeah. Where are you
we just
at?
had that rainstorm come through. It cooled everything off.
It's drizzling out right now. It didn't storm here yet. It may storm before the night's over.
I think it's headed your way from here.
Yeah, it's
headed. Dennis is like an hour away from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm an hour north.
Yeah, I see. Junkyard D said he's seen the same with the shorts this week. The big, they just ain't performing.
Yeah, ain't nothing right now.
I got one thing to say right now. Since Dennis is in here, if you ain't subscribed to Twisted Mopar and you ain't gonna subscribe to Twisted Mopar, just go ahead and unsubscribe for me too.
Right.
I don't want you.
He's got a good channel and he deserves subs. You know, everybody in here that's not needs to check him out.
Yeah, well, I'm trying. Brian really helped out on my subs when I went to the racetrack. I mean, when I go to the racetrack, it's pretty hard to do any kind of filming. I know it may sound a little easy if you're walking around the track, but you got to watch for your call to your lanes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It gets
going as a spectator is one thing, but going to and racing, forget about it. Put the GoPro on top of your car and get what you can get. I mean, that's all I'm going to do.
Yeah, I
actually want to try next time, Dennis, we go to the track. I want to try with putting the GoPro in your car and get
I'd like to try
that. Like that. I think that'd be cool.
You know,
see, I've got an advantage too because I'm a truck.
Yeah.
But I've got it's a suction cup mount for the GoPro. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys saw my videos, a few months ago when I was working on that Power Wagon, that 71 Power Wagon. I did some test drive videos of it, and I stuck the camera to the back window inside the cab of the truck. So it got me driving. It got the road, or in the case of if we were racing, it would be the track. It got the dash and the gauges, the instrumentation. It worked out really well. But in a car, you're kind of screwed. You stick it back there in the back window, and it's too far away. You ain't gonna get shit.
Well, my Duster, when I'm sitting in it, I'm actually sitting almost where the back seat is.
Right.
I mean, I'm set back that far, so it has to be mounted somewhere around the roll bar.
Right.
I think I have a mount that'll clamp onto the roll bar. It's a plastic
Yeah.
mount that'll clamp onto the roll bar.
Yeah.
I just don't know about the shaking.
I've got
We'll just have
another
to try it and find out.
something else I've got for my GoPro. I've got a hey, we got the doorbell ringing again. Welcome, Brother Bear.
Oh, Bear Rose.
Hello, Bear Rose.
I've got
Hello,
a
everybody.
magnet mount for mine.
I'm about dead air, so I'm going to jump out.
Oh, okay.
Y'all have a great night. You know, do your thing.
See,
We'll see
see, I
y'all.
told you. I told you JB don't like me.
JB,
What?
send me an email.
Hey, JB,
Messing with you, JB.
thanks for stopping in, brother.
I'm just tired as crap.
Yeah, me too.
If I would have left the house today and didn't take a nap a couple hours ago, I'd probably be tired too.
Yeah. So, you know, I'll be back in the background. Watch, you know. Y'all take care.
All right, we'll see you, JB.
Thanks, brother,
Send me an
man.
email, man.
Yeah, I can't take them midday naps. That just tears my day up when I do that. So I don't do them.
I love naps. The
But
older
anyway,
I get,
what
the
I-
more I
I'm
like
old
them.
and retired, so it doesn't matter.
What I was saying was I've got a magnet mount that I got for my GoPro, and it's not a GoPro brand. It's some cheap off brand that I got off of Amazon. I think I paid 18 or 20 bucks for it, but that son of a bitch is a beast. You put it on a flat piece of sheet metal, and you damn near got to use a pry bar to get it off.
Yeah, they're like rare earth magnets or
Yeah,
something.
and it's got a rubber bottom, and that might be a solution that would work for you. You could stick it on a roll bar, and it would probably stay put pretty good. JB, send Bear Rose an email.
Yeah, I got
All
some
right.
stuff for you. Been trying to get your address.
Bear Rose, I need to get some way we can talk too, because
Sure.
I want to do well now, and I also wanted to say that I'm not trying to step on your toes tomorrow. My live's going to be on kind of early, but I got Shane Polito coming on, and he puts his kids to bed early, so that's the only time I could get him. I don't want you to get mad at me.
No, go ahead.
Okay, but I was thinking whenever I do, let's talk about it later. I don't want to take up all of Tony's live.
That's all right. I kind of feel like I hurt JB a little bit. He come in to say hey, and we just kind of didn't give him a chance to talk.
Yeah, I'm sorry, JB.
I'm sorry about that.
Now he
brother.
really doesn't like me.
JB's good people. I just
He
think
is.
I
That he
feel
is.
bad he didn't get a chance to talk.
Yeah, I like a lot of his videos. He's got some
I
good
do
stuff.
too. I do too. Man, I hope he gets that trash truck to No Name. I know he's struggling with it.
He'll get her figured out.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing that dude go down the track. I don't care if it's 2024. I look forward to seeing that thing. I was helping that job I was talking about. I was helping my friend with some electrical work. One of the tenants had rolled up in a 92 S10. It had a set of Kragers on it, chrome Kragers. It actually looked really nice. And I said, well, that's a cool truck. And I was talking to him about it, and I asked him what he had in. And he said, oh, just a little 2.8. I said, well, that's cool, because I got a buddy that's got one with a fucking blower on it. His eyes got about that damn big. And I told him about JB's channel, so I bet you he went and watched that stuff. Yeah, I got a buddy that's got a fucking blower on. What?
Yeah, who'd have thought?
Yeah, the blower on a 2.8. That's just so damn cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
NSB, hey Dennis, are you going to have your new motor in ready for No Name Nationals?
That's the big question. We'll see.
And Lee, NSB, I want to tell you, I did get the mail today from you. I have not opened it yet. I'll do a mail call video on at some point this weekend, hopefully.
Yeah, it's just a little motor I'm building, so 512.
I'm intrigued as hell. See that supercharged 2.8 is going to chooch. You bet your ass it is.
Mm.
Well, hopefully, Dennis, are you gonna have Brad do the machine work to that motor, or you got
Yeah.
somebody else?
Yeah, he's already starting on the block.
Oh, I need to get out there and we need to do some filming of the machine work getting done to that motor. That'd make a good video.
Yeah, I already bought the heads. I bought a camshaft, lifter, springs. Got all that stuff all paid for and done. So I don't know if I'll take it out there or if I'll put most of that on. I'll probably have the heads done here, and then all I got to do is just bolt the heads on and stuff. Yeah, I got all the big hard parts.
Hey, Barrows, I don't remember how long ago I sent you that email that got lost in your spam folder. You did send the stickers to the Prescott address, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because if it was more than like 8 months ago, it was my old address in Casa Grande. I'd never see him. The damn mailman's got a habit of losing shit. I know Steven sent me some stickers, but I never got them. And a while back, 6% Recycled, Scott sent me some stickers, and I never got them, and he had to resend some.
I ain't got no stickers.
We need to get you stickers.
Yeah, we need to get you a logo figured out.
Yeah. It'll come around.
It takes time, you know.
Everybody's pressed for time right now.
Well, we need to get like if you know anybody with a sign business or something, we need to get you like a little banner made that you can stick on the back of the car when you're going down the road. Because remember that one guy taking pictures of your car?
Well, there's a couple guys there was taking pictures, but yeah, that one guy, he was taking all kinds of pictures.
Yeah, but that was driving down the road. Hell, you get
yeah.
those people subscribing right then and there.
Yeah, driving down the road, back off, and here, let's take a picture.
I remember
right behind him.
I cut that 12-inch QR code out of vinyl and put it on the back of my car and drove it across the country to No Name last year. Remember that?
How many subs did you pick up from that?
Shit, 50 or 60.
Wow.
You know, just from, you know, I just put that 12. Well, you guys remember that, you know, what I did on the back of the Chrysler. You know, I had the whole back window full of No Name Nationals and the channel and them QR codes. And yeah, I picked up 50 or 60 freaking subs just driving across the country.
Yeah, it's getting down to crunch time on subs, you know, especially like me on down. Them guys, you know, it's going to be a struggle.
How many you got now?
It's tough to get subs. I mean,
it is.
I'm really having a hard time even getting out there making videos, so it's tough.
How many subs are you lacking?
Well, I'm sitting at 235.
Well, shit, you're not quite halfway there.
I'm at 245. So
yeah,
no, I'm not bad.
I think you'll get it though.
I think
you'll get it. There was a couple people last year that started a month before.
Yeah.
And got it.
Yeah.
I'd like to
have the car there. I'd like to, try to put something together, but I got to get to 500 subs before I can get there. So
the first 100 was a real son of a gun, and I don't know. I think once I hit about 350, it just took off.
Yeah.
I went from 350 to 500. In, I don't know, 6 weeks. It was, and I wasn't putting out much content. Yeah. I was in the same boat, busy, got this going, got that going. And I got to get out there and get wrenching on the truck.
Yeah, I don't know YouTube like you guys have been around it for a long time. This is the first time I've really kind of messed with any YouTube. But I think YouTube has probably changed the formula somehow. Since most of you guys went last year.
Yeah, they've changed some stuff around.
Well, I went last year as a spectator. Last year I only had 100 subs when I left here to go to No Name. I went as a spectator.
Yeah.
Once I registered this year, I picked up a bunch of subs and, I actually started, pushing out content.
Yeah.
You know, and then once I went from 500. I'm sitting at 626 now, and that 626, it's kind of come on its own with,
Yeah.
you know, almost. I picked up, I don't know, 50, 60, 65 subs, something like that, when the rat rod came to life. And after that, it just kind of, I don't know, that algorithm's weird.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I have found out is, I don't care if it's a short, I don't care if it's a 2-minute long form, you gotta put something up at least once a week.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah,
That's my
that's
problem.
where I'm lacking. I mean, I really lack in that area, putting something out about every day. You know, it's makes it tough. That's my fault. I ain't got nobody to blame but
You
me.
need to go get a new phone.
I need
Try
to
to
get a
get
new
it
phone. I mean, this old
consistent.
phone,
Whatever time you decide to post, try to stay consistent with that.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to do it every Wednesday, do it every Wednesday at that time.
Yeah.
Whatever time you decide to, you know, do it.
Yeah.
Hey, bad attitude, Blake. Thanks for being here, man. How you doing this evening?
But the more you get out, the more you can get.
Yeah, and I know that. I mean, it's just bad on my part. I do get busy. I mean, I'll go do stuff, and then it's like, damn, I should have videotaped that. And
My biggest freaking problem is, I'll get out in the garage and I'll start working on something, and I'll get done with it, and I think, I should have filmed that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I've actually come up, I'm probably not the first guy that's done it, but I came up with a real cool thing that I've done on my run stand. I mentioned it in Jason's live last night. I figured out a way to permanently mount the module out of a General Motors HEI distributor on my run stand, and it will fire any magnetic pickup distributor, including the MSD that's in my 451. So that is a permanent ignition system for my run stand. And I thought, well, I should have made a video on that. Well, the good thing is, I still will make a video on it and explain how it's done.
Yeah,
you know,
do a walkthrough.
Yeah, and it's simple. It's really simple, and there's really no reason why it couldn't be done in a car as well. You know, as a simple and reliable ignition system. You know, I know most of us guys here are all Mopar guys, but there's nothing wrong with using somebody else's product to do a job. I mean, shoot, DUI, Davis, you know, Davis Ignition, they make those. I think they're freaking hideous in a Mopar. Them big HEI distributors they stick in a Mopar, but they work.
My buddy's got one on his 460, and I hate it.
Yeah, I won't use them, but I'm not against doing something like what I figured out how to do, because I reap the benefits of my billet MSD distributor, and I run my MSD box in the truck. But you know what brought this to my mind to do this was my $400 6AL box laying on the floor next to the run stand. I don't like this. I got to come up with a better solution. Step on it, kick it, knock it. Oh, well, there went $400. You know,
I tend to use the cheapest thing out there. I just run stock distributors in the Chrysler.
right?
I just don't have a big problem with them, so I run as fast as I want to go with it.
Yeah. Oh, there's absolutely nothing wrong with a factory Mopar distributor.
Yeah, I had a Valari for years. I raced, and it had a 6-cylinder ignition box in it. Everybody said, "Oh no, you can't run them. They got a built-in rev limiter." I said, "I ain't found one yet, but maybe they're out there, but I ain't found one."
A rev limiter in a Valari?
Yeah,
I never heard
that's
of
what they said.
thing.
In the boxes, some of them boxes were factory set at a certain RPM. They'd start stuttering. Well, I never found one that would stutter, so I just run a stock box in that Valari for decades.
Yeah, the regular. You're talking about the regular 5-pin Mopar module, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've run them things at 6,500 all the time. I never had any trouble with them.
Yeah, and everybody else says, "Oh, you need to put an MSD in there." So okay, I'll put an MSD in there. So I attached the MSD in there. They run the same ET. It didn't pick up nothing, didn't lose nothing. You know, I just didn't need to spend the extra $300 or $400 for it. That's all.
No,
I keep my pretty simple.
Where the MSD starts to shine is when you start getting up into the really high compression or the boost or the blown or some of the stock systems you can blow blow the spark out. I'm sure you've heard that term before, but
I've heard that. But
I
most of the
have,
time you usually have with most of the Chrysler pistons. I can't say for the Chevys and stuff, but most of the Chrysler pistons you have a problem with the flame travel. After nights, you have a problem with the flame travel and trying to shove that out the exhaust side. Yeah, that's usually where you have problem with the travel on the piston.
Exactly.
You know, the old 2295s that everybody used to put in the 440s and that. I mean, them was probably a 11, 12 to 1 piston, and they had horrible flame travel.
Yeah.
I mean, they just you could actually lose horsepower on them. So
yeah. Well, I've personally made 600, 650 horse on stock Mopar ignition and never had any trouble with it. You know, I had a bad to the bone 400 years ago, and it was right at like 10.7 to 1 compression, making about 600, 650 horse. It never had a problem.
Yeah.
With the factory ignition system. It's just when I built this 451, I went totally balls out with it. It was one of those things where every time I got kicked, I came back at it with a frickin' vengeance. And then I ended up with too much engine for the truck, and life got in the way, and the whole project sat for 7 frickin' years. And here we are, putting it together.
Let me get my battery charger. The battery's about dead here.
That's really the only reason I even went with the MSD, and I was on a frickin' roll of going with the biggest, baddest, fastest, loudest shit I could get my hands on for this thing. It was something I always wanted, and I half-ass had the means to do it at the time, and then I had it, and then once I had it, it's like, oh shit, now I got to build the truck around this animal of an engine.
I like that FBO box.
Yeah.
You seen that FBO box? It's actually got a rev limiter on the.
Yep.
And it looks like the factory Chrysler box.
The FBO box, well, yeah, it is. It's modeled right after it, and also the FBO plates for tuning and curving the factory distributors. Those things are great. I think Just Mopar Joe actually did a couple of really good videos on the FBO stuff.
Yeah,
I might do that in that truck.
Lean burn plate in mine.
Yeah. Dougster, I remember, all that. I've had orange boxes and I've had chrome boxes. And matter of fact, I've got a chrome box on the Charger now. Honestly, from my real world experience with all of these boxes, I think most of it's freaking snake oil.
It is.
I have never, and he's right, on the ratings here, the orange were 5K, the 6.5K, and the 8K for the chrome box and the direct connection catalogs. I've run bone stock boxes to 6,500 and never had any spark fallout with them.
Yeah.
The problem now is just finding a good manufacturer for the boxes. They're all junk now.
Exactly, and that's where FBO's got the market covered, because that is a good box, and it's actually got some cool additions to it. And I think the electronics, the transistor is the same.
I think the FBO box too. You can delete the ballast resistor too.
Well, the deletion of the ballast resistor.
Trying to figure out what that is on.
That's on the coil.
Yeah, the deletion of the ballast resistor is completely up to the coil.
I just throw that away.
What's that?
I said I never run a ballast resistor with a stock box.
Yeah,
That's just for the coil, really.
Yeah.
it is.
The
That's
longevity
all
of the
it's
coil.
for.
Yeah.
If you use the 5th wire on the 5-wire, the stock boxes, that that's what the second side of the ballast resistor's for. But I've never run that 5th wire, and they run just fine.
Oh yeah.
And maybe, and I've never dissected one of these things or actually looked at how they're internally wired or looked at the architecture of the transistor. Maybe that second circuit through the ballast resistor has some sort of stock control over something, and unhooking it deletes that, and it makes it work like a chrome box or something, because it's all the same electronics.
Yeah. Well, it has to be, because you can put a four box on a 5 and it'll run.
Right. And you can use a 5 box without the 5th wire, and they run. And I've always used them that way. I've always deleted that second side of the ballast resistor.
Well, all the
That's all it does.
resistor does is drop it from 12 to 8 volt.
Right.
That's all it does.
And I've never seen any loss or gain in performance by the lack of that second voltage source to the box. I never
The only thing
understood.
you'll see is the longevity of the coil. The low voltage keeps the heat away from that coil, so the coil won't start breaking down.
Right.
And
Well, no, I'm talking about
coil. But,
right. I'm talking about the 5th wire that goes to the box. On the old dual ballast resistor.
yeah,
That's where the second wire on the dual ballast resistor goes. It goes directly to the damn ignition box.
yeah. Probably goes back like the old days of the start and run.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but I've always deleted it, and I never had trouble.
Yeah, same way.
I had a GM alternator in my 86 D250, made a bracket in such a way that it used the same length belt as the power steering pump. Nothing wrong with a GM alternator. They work good.
It just don't look right, all right? It don't look right. I'm sorry, it don't look right. I don't like
it. You can't see mine. I'm pretty low. Can't see
when
mine.
You're doing something like I'm doing, building a street strip truck that's going to have air conditioning. It's going to have a nice stereo system in it. It's going to have shit that's going to tax the electrical system. That's why I'm going to run a GM alternator on mine, because find me for a reasonable price a Chrysler style alternator that's going to put out 160 amps. You can't do it. They ain't out there. You can find 100 amp ones for $300, but I can get 160.
That's probably what I'm going to go with, the 100 amp one wire.
Amp. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Brian.
I'll spend the money to make it look right. That's just the way I am. I'll do that. I can't help it. I'll spend the extra money.
I used to be of that same school of thought, but I'm at a point now where, call it what you will, or have your own beliefs of why it's happened, but the American dollar, the value of it has gone to shit. It's harder to get a hold of. Everything's more frickin' expensive, and I simply can't afford to spend $300 or $400 for something that I can get another product to do the same job for $150. Yeah, would I rather have a Chrysler style alternator on my truck? You bet your ass I would. But that $150 difference in price would go a long way to me making it to no name or not. And that's where I'm at, unfortunately.
Well, you're also
be at no name. And
William did a video on, he made his own one wire alternator.
Oh yeah, I saw that video, and there's.
He said for some reason really. it puts a drain on the system though, to where whenever it's just sitting, it'll drain the battery. But that's what I got a big switch on the back of my car for. So
it's draining us because diodes opened up or something in there. The arm
Right.
something.
Yeah, something's opening up on it. World of Wood Chip says that Davis is probably better than the MSD. It depends on the application. It depends on what you're trying to do with it. The Davis ignition system it works just like the ignition system I built for my run stand. It's fired with the tried and true, reliable as hell GM HEI module, and they are reliable as hell. They don't offer the multiple spark discharge like the MSD.
And they're easy and quick to replace.
Correct. Absolutely.
I have had them go bad.
I've seen them go bad too, but it's not
And you smell
common.
it. You smell that acrid smell.
They are very freaking reliable, though. Dougster says, what pisses me off is the schmoo that the original ignition boxes were packed in. When it melts out, you're done. Yeah, the potting compound. I have seen that happen. It just makes them mad.
Ground.
Well, I'm running that Crane high fire ignition, but really the only reason I'm running that's because I got a great deal on it.
Oh, that's just another capacitive discharge ignition system. They're great. They work fine.
What I pay for that, Dennis? $50 or something? It wasn't much.
Yeah.
Remember, I bought that ignition box off of you. You were selling that for somebody. I can't remember. Or no, your friend was selling it at Indy.
Yeah, at Indy. Yeah.
That high fire box.
That was a nice box.
Roosters Resto says I run the orange boxes on all my stock stuff, but MSD and the hot rods. That makes sense. Depends on how hot rodded it is. You know, like I said.
I wouldn't run MSD on a street car. Honestly, I wouldn't. I know some people that do, but
it's overkill.
It's the same reason I wouldn't run an electric fan, an aftermarket electric fan on a street car. It's just when you break down on the side of the highway, it's easier to find the original stuff at the parts store than it is,
Well, especially if you're doing in traffic driving, I do like an electric fan. And being an Arizona guy.
Well, yeah, Arizona, I can see it.
Being an Arizona guy, I'm going to tell you, in fact, I'm going to fit an electric fan. I'm probably going to keep the clutch fan, but I'm going to do an auxiliary electric fan on my daily driver, my 96 Dodge. And I'll tell you why. Sitting in the drive-thru, sitting at the red light when it's 90, 95, 100 degrees outside, sitting there at idle, the fucking AC quits cooling because it builds too much head pressure. You ain't getting the airflow through the condenser, and
that 134 is the problem if you're running 134. Different molecules.
Yeah, in a 96, it is R134. I've been certified in mobile air conditioning since 1993. I know exactly what you're talking about. No,
I've been certified for that for a while too. So
it builds higher head pressure.
R12 is a much smaller molecule, so it'll cool down to ice cube if you want it to.
Well, and the boiling points are different.
Yeah, exactly.
But however, being saddled in 96 with R134, airflow through the condenser does help, and that's where the electric fan addition would help.
Well, I would, but the thing is, like, if it was an electric fan, I would rather find an electric fan that was made for a different vehicle, like a stock one that's made, instead of some of the aftermarket shit. Because I've seen some of them aftermarket fans where they advertise they blow this much air and they just don't. Now,
I've had good luck with those Speedway ones. Actually, they're cheaper ones.
I know I've got a set of electric fans.
I've
got a set of electric fans off of a Sprinter van, and you can hook a battery, and those things will almost just about come off the ground. When you lay them flat, hook a battery to them, they take off. They'll just about float. They push some air.
But do your absolute best to get it behind the radiator.
Right, as a puller.
If you have to put it up front,
Yeah, pushers
And
stay.
always run a override switch.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
if you
pushers
see
don't
that
work.
temperature coming up, click it on.
Dougster was
Manual.
Well,
talking
that's
about
like
point.
Tom's race
Like
car.
that.
Remember, Dennis? Tom's race car had that overheating problem for a long time, and we ended up
Oh,
putting
yeah.
a different style fan on it, and that fan actually worked. The one he had on there was junk,
Yeah.
but there ain't no telling where that fan came from either.
First
it wasn't
responder
good.
garage says there's no difference from a stock pickup and a high dollar pickup. A pickup is just a signal. Oh, he's right. It's
Just
all it is a damn electromagnet.
Just a breaker.
Yep, that's all it is. An electromagnet that breaks the signal. No, and he's right. You go buy a high dollar one or a stock one. It does the same damn job.
Yeah.
What's funny is you look at the pickup coil that's in an MSD distributor. It looks an awful lot like the one you find in a stock Mopar distributor or a Ford Duraspark distributor, for that matter.
Yeah. I do like the old point ignition, though. I do like it. There's something to be said about set of points, dual points. There's something to be said about that too. Very,
well,
very
and
simple.
you can do so much with a dual point setup, especially if you're running dual applications, like street, strip, or running different fuels, and you can set them up to have run as a single point at two different times.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's like I was talking to Tall John, and when they first came out with the MSD distributor for the Chevys, he talked to the rep, and he asked, he was like, "Well, when are you guys going to come out with a Mopar one?" It was way back in the day, and the rep was like, "You already got exactly what's in here." He said you don't need, we don't need to make an MSD distributor for your, because what you got is exactly what they built that MSD distributor off of.
Right.
So I got a stock distributor in mind. Well, I had Tall John recurve it for me, but the only reason I had him do it is because he's got that actual machine, that old machine that actually you curve a distributor with.
Oh yeah, he's got the old Sun machine. Oh, you had him do one for you? Nice.
Yeah.
That's another good channel, is Tall John's channel. Tall John's Fun Shop. I like watching his stuff.
I don't see
World
too much
Woodchip.
good stuff. I don't know why, but I don't.
World of Woodchip here says the best electric fans we ever came across are from Ford Escorts. I've used a few of those things through the years, and they move some air. They're about a loud son of a gun, too, but they do move some air.
Yeah.
Well, that's why for a long time, you go to a junkyard, you couldn't find a fan on a Ford Taurus.
Yeah.
Because everybody was taking them off and putting them on hot rods and shit.
Yep. Yeah, because they were relatively
Jacob,
small and they moved a lot of air.
Yeah,
I think they were the first ones to go spiral.
Used to be the deal.
Jacob's second favorite ignition system was the HEI.
Yep. Yeah, it was the deal back in the day. It was a hot setup.
Trying to find it forever. First Responder Garage says if you put the fan behind the radiator, you risk burning out the motor faster. Some cheaper models will blow the fuse if the electric motor gets hot. Yeah, there's a good point there because it does pull the heat to it. However, they do cool the engine better when they pull. Even on the run stand, I bought that 16-inch Flexolite fan to put on the run stand, and it pulls. It advertises that it pulls, 2250 CFM or something. That sumbitch does. It moves some air. But I mounted it on the inside as a puller because they just work better. I've tried every dang electric fan setup there is, and they always seem to perform better as a puller.
Most of them, most
And
of
we
them in the
always
stock
run them through a
applications are
relay,
set up
too.
as pullers.
What's that, Barrows?
Always run them through a relay.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause that-
if
Everyone
you
that I've
look,
seen
most of them are
fail.
set up as pullers on stock applications.
Yeah, voltage drop is also another real quick way to kill an electric motor,
Yep.
and a relay will help prevent that. I've seen a lot of that too, where the guy will run a chicken shit like a 16 gauge wire to a toggle switch inside the car, and then back out to the fan. Well, now you got 30, 40, 50 feet of freaking wire between the power source and the fan that can't carry the amperage the fan pulls, and you overheat the motor that way. The fan motor, that is.
Yeah, there's also the train of thought with the air coming through the radiator, and you're running a fan that's only going to run at a certain speed, and that air's coming through there hitting that fan, and then now it's got resistance on the fan. Most cars,
Right.
after about 50 mile an hour, don't even need a fan.
Exactly.
They only really need it when it's running around town. But there's always that train of thought that when you're running down the road, you don't need to run that electric fan.
Well, many, many, many years ago, I had a buddy had a 73 Gran Torino with a 351 Cleveland 4-valve engine in it. Don't ask me how that ended up in 1973, a 4V Cleveland and a Gran Torino, but it numbers matched. The car was the car. But anyway, I was using the car one day in Southern California. The damn fan clutch failed, and I got stuck in traffic. Good old LA traffic. And you know what I did to keep that engine cool? Cops be damned. I went up the emergency lane at 50 miles an hour, and guess what? The car didn't overheat. Got to a parts store and bought a fan clutch, put on the car, and problem was solved. But no, to Dennis's point, driving, moving air will keep it cool.
Yep.
And that
And
was
also where you put your thermal switch.
Yep.
On our Volkswagen with the 350 Chevy in it, we had to put the thermal switch in the back. It's a bad place to put it. Don't put it there. So you got to watch the temp on it. Every once in a while, it'll climb up, like when you're doing parades and stuff like that. And you'll have to hit the override and turn it on.
I did not see that first responder. I'm going to have to check it out, though. That's cool. I always like seeing the new stuff. Brass
We
rotor
ran
and
out of
cap
room
for
where it's supposed to be.
$99. That's hard to beat. Hey, Dakota's in the house. Welcome, brother. Tang.
And they go both ways, depending on how you wire them. They'll either push or pull. I can't tell you how many guys have had them wired backwards.
Also, the core size of the radiator will put more drag on the motor. That is true.
Mine's a pusher. I got mine mounted on the front of the race car. It pushes, but the only time I use it is when I'm running around the pits. It's going down track.
Well, in a race car, yeah.
Yeah, a race car. It's about the same kind of concept, though. Running down the road, you probably don't need to have that fan running. Like I said, that air pushing against it's almost going to stop it.
Yep, and just like running down the track, same thing. You really don't need the fan when you're running down the track.
Nope.
Might kick it on, and in the shutdown area, but you certainly don't need it running down the track.
No.
And that 39 of ours, the 39 Chevy, we totally ran out of room, so I had to put it up front too. It's a little bit on the warm side, but it still does okay.
Well, you've seen the rat rod, the 428 Barrows. That's got a 2-core. That radiator ain't, but it's 37 Ford grill. I mean, what is that thing? It's probably 12, 13 inches wide and 16 or 18 inches tall at best. It's a 2-core Speedway radiator with the dual 1-inch cores in it. And it's got a Spall 12-inch fan on. I'm not sure what the rating is, but Spall is one of the higher end electrical fans out there, and that engine don't get warm. Even out here at 100 degrees, that sucker runs right where the thermostat I put in it keeps it running at, right at 175, 180 degrees. I mean, you can even with that fan running, you can watch it. It'll come up, and you see the thermostat open, and it'll drop down on the gauge, and then it'll come up, and it'll drop down. It cools it just fine, and that's not a big fan.
Sir Rat with a 460 in it. It's running a 32 Ford chopped for the chopped grill shell radiator in it.
So that's not a big
It's
one
a
either.
3-core, and it never gets hot.
Right.
And 460
What size are the
known
cores?
to run hot.
Yeah. What size are the cores?
Fine.
What's that?
I'd have to check. It's been a while.
See, it's like because that
And
frostbite
it's a
radiator.
CCR radiator, those cheap ones. You get them
Well,
on eBay.
A lot of those cheap ones run that 1-inch core. And so you get really good flow out of them. That frostbite radiator I got for the run stand, it's a 3-core, and they're 3/4-inch cores. So that's equivalent to a factory 4-core. Because the factory core ones are 1/2-inch cores.
And we get hot here too. It was a good 101 today.
Ouch. That was warmer than here. I've got
I don't know what I got up to
radiator
here today. I didn't leave the house all day.
See, yeah, I did have to leave the
brutal.
house. I had to go to Home Depot and buy a bunch of lumber.
That uninsulated shop of mine was brutal today. Holy cow.
Oh,
I think this is my 4th Gatorade.
Yeah, I think I drank a couple gallons of water. Yeah, insulation is definitely a good thing, but when you got the insulation, then you need to be able to cool it, but it'll stay cool. I've got a portable swamp cooler I let follow me around out in my shop. It does pretty good. Once the monsoons hit and it starts getting muggy, them swamp coolers ain't worth a shit.
See, yeah, that's what I heard.
problem with
And I was wanting to get one of those, but I heard that once the humidity gets a certain point, they don't really do anything. They're just a big fan.
Yep. Well, they're actually worse than a big fan because they add to the freaking humidity. But when it's dry, they do work good. James Stevenson's in the house. Got off the press from picking intake solenoid control with pickle. Dan has crossed over to the dark side. The heathen's in the house. Welcome, Blake. How's it going, brother?
Hey, Bad Tree.
Blake and Blake. We got 2 Blakes in here.
Bad Attitude C10s. That's a pretty cool channel.
Yeah, it is. He sent me a bunch of really cool stuff. He sent me a cool shirt, a hat, some fuel fragrance, and some stickers and an air freshener. ISC isn't free. Anyone who tries to sell air back to you via digital means has crossed the line. Yeah, that's no shit. Mowed about 6 acres today. I'm sunburned as hell, but these cold beers are taking the edge off. Hell yeah, man.
What are you doing? Pouring it on the sunburn or drinking it?
Take care, first responder. We'll see you later, man. Thanks for coming in. Liquid pain pills in a can. That's no shit.
Yeah, if you pour it on there, it probably absorbs it and takes some of the pain away. Hate to ask what kind it was. Was it Bud Light?
Yeah, find no Bud Light in this house. Wobbly Pops. Yep.
Wobbly Pop.
Jack stands in cinder blocks. Hey, brother, welcome. Appreciate you stopping in.
He's got some neat stuff too.
Yeah, he does. Here in
Boy, I hear
Minnesota,
you,
it's
Reaper.
hot as hell, but 40 below winter sucks. Yeah. I spent about 4.5 years in La Crosse, Wisconsin. I know all about that Midwestern 40 below bullshit.
That's okay. They can keep that out there.
Good thing about weather like that, though, is it keeps the population right where it needs to be.
You've got a point. You've definitely got a point.
If the weather's nice all the time, boy, then you got neighbors upon neighbors upon neighbors.
Right.
You end up with California.
Well, that's what I was just going to
Exactly.
say, Brian. You know, California, the weather kicks ass, but the trouble is it's full of assholes.
Oh, it is. They're all moving out now, and they're going to all the other states there.
Well, they've about ruined this one.
Yeah, they come up here, they last one winter, and they go home.
Well, they come here and they bring their damn politics with them and they stay and they ruin the damn state.
Yeah.
You know, I don't give a shit if they come here, because whatever reasons they want to leave. And they always blame it on the politics why they want to leave. Well, shit, if you wanted to leave it, leave it. Don't come over here and bring crap with you.
Why don't they
What's
change
that?
it?
Yeah. Yeah, they want to change it. Well, shit, go back where you came from. You ain't got to change nothing.
Yeah.
Hell, I came from California 20, 30 years ago, damn near. I never went back. Hell, I ain't seen my sister in damn near 20 years because she lives over there still, and ain't nothing in that damn state for me. Flooded Texas. Now I imagine.
Yeah, doing that for a reason.
Yeah.
Just like
Born
they'll
in
do.
a huge river.
Yeah, just like they'll do Florida too.
Yeah.
They'll gang into there and then change it. Magnificent plan.
Yeah. Now, Ari's a good dude. He ain't one of them assholes. I've had to work in California a few times. Yeah, you nailed that one. California. I'm sorry, man. Like I said, I ain't set foot in that state. I think probably 07 was about the last time I was over there. And if I ever go back, it'll be too soon.
Go west, young man. Go west.
I'll be there in 5 days.
California people are going to Texas, and New York is coming to Florida. Don't New York my Florida, damn it. Yeah, they're just as freaking bad. Well, not all of New York. And the same thing is not all of California.
Yeah.
See, New York City is the problem with New York. L.A. and is most of the problem with California. It's the densely populated cities that are the problem. A lot of good people, like from upstate New York and shit. They're good people.
Same thing with Oregon and Washington.
Yeah. Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of good people there. Portland sucks.
Yeah. Portland sucks. Seattle sucks.
See a bad tree?
Happy 4th, Blake. Take care.
I lived in Oregon
Thanks
for a
for
while.
stopping
It's
by.
really nice up there.
It is. It's beautiful. And really, so is Washington State. But
Mhm.
you know, you've got your your capital cities that are just shit,
Yeah.
and unfortunately,
Yeah,
they
like
control the
Portland.
politics.
Yeah, like Portland, that's
Yeah, yeah, you
disaster.
can have that
And it's
place,
still, that's still a disaster up there. They just ain't talking about it.
right?
There's still a disaster.
Well, find me a Democrat city that ain't.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, look at St. Louis.
There's some Republicans I'm not real proud of either. So
Oh, I'll get right on that train with you, man. And that's the trouble, they're all corrupt. I don't give a shit which party they are. They're all corrupt, and the Republicans may have gone in with good intentions, but the Democrat money corrupts them. They want to try to stand against them, and the son of bitches just buy them off.
Yeah.
And they roll over and get bought off, and then they ain't any better.
Yeah, the system is when they're young and they go in there with all great guns and they're going to change everything, and they get all the votes to go do that, and as soon as they hit the door up there, why they're already had the big talking to in the big room.
Yep.
Then it's over with. So they're just like all the rest.
And they see all that corrupted money, and it ain't any different than a 6-month-old pup that got out of the yard and got his first piece of ass, and then you just can't ever keep him in the yard anymore. It's the same thing.
Kind of like chasing a car; they won't stop until they get hit by the car.
Right. No, I had a dog once. He was 6 or 7 months old. He got out of the yard and he found him a female, and that ruined him. Even after we got him fixed, and that son of a bitch, he always had the urge to run after that.
Yeah.
I've always said that about them damn politicians. They get in office and they get a taste of that money, and it's no different than that dog that got out and found his first female. Corrupt. We went out to the Cali a couple of years ago, and most of the people were cool. We asked why they don't vote these ass clowns out, and they said they were trying. Well, that's the trouble. A lot of them do try, but they got rigged elections, and they got densely populated cities, and they control, the stupid electoral college bullshit. They're dense little cities. They control it.
When you go out there and it's just like right here where I'm at, you're lucky you get 28% of the people to even go out and vote.
Right.
Out of 100% of registered voters, you might get 30. Big cities, you're lucky to probably get 28% of that vote. So there's a big problem. People don't vote.
Right. Well, you got even.
They always got the idea that, their vote don't count and it don't matter. And, they're just going to do what they're going to do anyway. Well, that's kind of partially true in a way, but if people don't vote, it's for sure it's not going to change.
Right. At least if they do go, even when they do rig shit, it's a way to prove that it was rigged.
Well, that's another thing, too. I mean, nobody holds any of these politics. I hate to get on politics because I can get on that.
Yeah, I know it. Me too.
People don't hold them accountable once they elect them. They don't hold them accountable for what they're doing.
Right.
We have recourses for removal, and most people, they just won't do it. They won't hold them accountable, and it goes right down to the cities, the counties, and everything. So, I can get on that soapbox pretty fast.
Yeah, and that's the trouble. Everybody gets pissed, everybody yells, and everybody screams, but nobody will get up and actually act on it. And that's my other big bitch about the Republicans. They make a bunch of freaking noise, but they don't get off their asses and execute.
I get tired of hearing about all the corruption and everything that's going on. I don't care if it's a Republican. I don't care who it is. If you're corrupt and you're doing something that's illegal,
right,
there ought to be handcuffs chasing you.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
I get tired of hearing about it all. And nobody's going to jail. Nobody's doing nothing. I don't care if it's a Republican. I don't care who it is.
Republican, Democrat, Independent. I don't give a shit if it's Mickey Mouse. No, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
If you're a corrupt asshole, you need to be held accountable. And to hell with handcuffs. Treason is punishable by death, and I think that needs to start being forthwith.
So like I said, that soapbox, because I can get on it pretty fast.
Yeah.
I
think it was you, Brian, that got me fired up last week. I don't want to go down. I was genuinely pissed for a minute.
I don't mean to offend anybody.
I don't want to. Let's get back to cars.
Yeah.
Clint Street Machines in the house. Hey, Clint, how you doing there, buddy? I see you dropped a video. I need to take a minute and watch it.
It's a good one. I ain't gonna let nothing out of the bag, but yeah, it's a good one.
He's framed. Yeah, I've been so stinking busy. I'm so far behind my YouTube, and it's not funny, but I did see the notification. I need to check it out. I promise I will. Might be a couple days, but I will.
I seen it in the shop just before I came in.
We get some DNA. Yeah.
I'm really hoping I get my new motor in about 3.5 weeks. That's what I'm hoping, Brian. Hope I see it. That'd be nice.
Well, when you get it, where are you going to put it in at?
That's a good question.
I got a shop, and we can do a lot of filming there.
Rocks don't work good with the engine noise.
Yeah, Rooster, he's got a good point, too. I'll say if I lie on my gun permit, I'd be in prison in a minute. Yeah, any of us would. It's once again, soapbox.
We don't have those here. Your hunting license allows you to carry anywhere.
Well, Arizona, for the moment, is still a constitutional carry state. But I do have my CCW, and the reason I got it was simplicity. It's my background check. I can walk in a gun store
exactly.
and buy whatever the hell I want.
Dean.
And the Arizona one is reciprocated by 38 states.
I guarantee Illinois ain't one of them.
It's not. It's not.
Illinois, I don't think Illinois goes with anybody.
Illinois is not. California's not.
I'll carry my little pew hole puncher anywhere I want to.
Yep. I'll carry whatever the hell I want, wherever the hell I want.
None of anybody's business what I got. Anything.
Yep.
If I don't have nothing, it's none of their business.
Well, I don't leave home without one anymore.
Yeah. I won't say I do or don't. I won't say either way.
Right. Like you said, it's not anybody's business.
Always a mystery.
Well, you know what they say, FAFO.
Well, I was a cop for 12 years, so you can
nice.
I just got the distinct feeling last year at No Name Nationals that there was more guns there than cars.
Oh, you bet on it.
Sure there was.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure there was. We are all like-minded here. Dean Stevenson says, if I put Mickey Mouse in handcuffs, I want to see him get away. That would be funny. Dougster's headed to bed. Good night. Dougster is out. Good night, Dougster.
Oh, dang. We done run him out, huh?
Clint is being brat. He says, what is Clint doing?
That's a good one. I like that one, Dean.
I was looking at Tennessee. If I was going to move anywhere, Tennessee looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, me too. I've put a lot of looking into Tennessee, and I actually thought we were going to do it at one point.
I like Kentucky.
Enough of us moved to Western Tennessee. It'll actually become a pretty good place.
Yeah.
Property's cheap there.
Dennis is starting to say Kentucky.
I like Kentucky, but
yeah.
I don't like their taxes and what they do.
Right.
that's it's just kind of weird how they do it.
Junkyard D's asking about the specs on your new engine, if you feel like sharing.
It's a 400 low deck, 35 over. It will be a 440 source kit. Dome pistons should be, if the heads check out 78 cc, should be around 14 and a half compression. Yeah.
Nice.
Be a Racer Brown camshaft. That's what I got in my motor now. It'll be almost the same camshaft. STX 21. That's like a 560 camshaft, 108 center line. Set of Victor, I ain't Victor Juniors, but they're a set of Speedmaster, Speed Pro, whatever you want to call them, knockoff Victor Junior. So
Same heads. It's on my 451.
yeah, I can't say they're bad or good head. They'll be okay.
Everything I've heard about those is the castings are great, but it's
Casting
just
is
the factory valves and keepers and springs. Just take all that crap and throw it away.
Yeah.
Well, they come out.
They
come out of the box with 7-degree locks on them. The push rod holes will not line up. The geometry is freaking terrible. I've been there and done that, and I've turned mine into a nice set of heads. But I'm sorry I bought them. I could have bought the real Victors and saved a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
Now
yeah,
this
you get a good deal on a set.
The guys got the Victors, and I know the guys got the Pro Comp knockoffs.
Right.
They both inherit to the same problem. The push rod alignment's kind of off by the offset rocker. There's a couple ways of going about things. You can shift them over a little bit. Go with a 5/16 push rod. There's a couple ways of going about it to beat them.
Now, what I did was I just got pissed and I sent him to David Hughes and I had him put him through his CNC program.
Yeah.
And they came back a great head. They flow well. I'm also running the Hughes rockers on it. I'm happy with where the heads are now.
Yeah.
I was unhappy with what I had to do to get them there.
Yeah. Well, I'm not looking for any kind of big numbers or anything out of those heads at all. I was just going to use my RPMs off of my motor I got now, but I really didn't want to disturb that piece. It was a real fine running motor. It's 10 years old. It's been in that car, and I know it needs to be freshened, and I'm trying to baby it through until this motor gets up and going. But I did want to tear it apart just to take the heads. So these heads that I'm getting came along. A buddy of mine got them, and he gave them to me for what I think was a heck of a deal. So I can tolerate what's wrong with them. So,
yeah.
But set RPM heads, they're $1,800.
Oh, I know it.
And Indies, you just open up your billfold and throw it on the floor and every credit card you got.
Oh, yeah, you want indie heads, you better just take out a second mortgage on your house.
Yeah, I
and
can't
my
go there.
machinist told me whatever heads, Speedmasters, Dart, whatever you choose, always buy them bare. Never buy them complete.
Yeah.
Well, as far as I
if
know,
you buy the expensive ones, it's just less work that he has to do. The cheap ones, you pay him a little more. It's just where you want to put your money.
It's like Brian said, the castings are good. I can confirm the castings are good. The metal is good. Everything else about them sucks. So, in your point, buying them bare, but I'm not aware that you can buy the Speedmaster heads bare. I don't think they're offered that way.
You can.
For the big block Mopar?
I think I've seen the bare sets.
Yeah.
I have to look it up. I'll look it up right now.
I'll tell you what I did with mine. I just gutted them and sold all the shit on eBay for whatever I could get out of it, and move forward with the casting. Like I said, I don't hate the head. I hate what I had to do to get it to where it's at.
Yeah, and you was looking for flow numbers and stuff like that, and I ain't even looking for that out of these heads. I'm just looking for a set of heads that I don't have to disturb my other motor. I can put this motor together. I'm just looking for a couple tenths ET pickup, maybe 3 on the big side. But I'm not looking for that ultimate speed, record number for my car. I ain't looking for that. I'm just looking for longevity. I'm not trying to run it all out. I ain't looking for that. Don't want that really. It parts wearing then, so I'm not looking for that. But, I mean, there's a lot of ways
you'll be happy with them.
Well, a 512 and a 400 low deck. I mean, that's about as much as you'd ever want to go on cubic inches, and the kits were all the same. So
I think you'll be happy with them.
I think cubic inches will put me about where I want to be anyway, despite whatever head I was going to put on it. So it wouldn't have picked it up or hurt it either way. So I'm pretty much a realist. I don't look at a bunch of numbers. I just say, well, the cubic inches will build this much horsepower, and that's the way it should be. Like I said, the camshaft's only a little solid 556, so it's not a big camshaft at all. But my motor that's in there now is just a lowly 437, so it's not even 440 cubic inch motor, and it will run 1022s and a quarter to 132 mile an hour. So it don't have any problem picking things up and putting down, but
well,
I get more out of it. There's a lot more to get out of that motor I got in there now. The problem of it is the longevity part of the motor will go away.
Right. Is this cam you're running? Is it a roller or a flat tappet?
It's flat tappet. I won't run a roller. I'll never run a roller. No, you can't make me run a roller. I'm too happy with the solids. Racer Brown builds a real nice camshaft. They're quick cramped and they perform real well. So
comp cams, I'll never run them. I never have. No, I won't. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I've got a 650 comp cam that's already broke in. It's got 7 passes on it, but I'm not going to run that.
I went down a rabbit hole today.
There you go. Jags has them.
Yeah, Jags has them. $940 a head, but they're bare.
Just bare, yeah.
Holy shit, those things have gone up.
Oh yeah, they have.
I sure hope they've made them better, because when I bought mine back in 15, it was a whole top end kit. I think I gave $1,800 for it. It came with a manifold, the complete heads, a set of rockers and shafts that absolutely sucked. I sold all that. The intake was actually, I liked the intake. It had injector bosses and everything in it, but I didn't need it, so I sold it. I got that trick flow manifold, and I sold the rocker arms for what I could get out of them, and I sold all the guts out of the heads. But I got that whole kit for $1,800. Wow, they want $950?
$980.
$980 a piece for bare heads. Holy shit!
Same price for
on the whole on the whole cam thing with the flat tappet cams. I watched Johnny Mopar put a video out on that today, and it sent me down a rabbit hole like you wouldn't believe on all these cam failures and stuff. And you know what? I really believe him, and I talked to Shane Polito about it too. It's not the cams and it's not the lifters, guys. It's the oil you got today.
Yes and no.
Even no. Now listen. There was some stuff brought up that wasn't I never even thought of. Okay, they say, well, for one, I had a guy tell me months ago that Shell Rotella does not have as much zinc in it as it used to.
Yeah,
none of it does.
I did a video on that.
Yeah, none of it does.
Now here's the deal.
There
was a guy I watched. If you just dump zinc additive into a regular, normal oil that's out there right now, the zinc is an acid. The detergents in the new oils,
there you go,
is a what's the word I'm looking for?
It's a detergent.
Yeah, it's
it cleans
the opposite of acid.
Yeah.
So it's working against each other.
Correct.
They're working against each other. So even if the zinc coats that cam, the oil's washing it right off.
Back off. Mm-hmm.
There was guys. There's YouTube videos out there all over the place. Guys doing hardness tests on the cams, doing hardness tests on the lifters. They're all good.
Yeah, it
Even
has
the
nothing
geometry
to do.
of the cams. Those are all coming out decent. Even the cheap Chinese lifters are testing it at 450, 450 to 500 hardness, and that's
Right.
more than enough.
But Brian, I have personally inspected more than one cam and lifters right out of the box and seen them machined wrong. You are right about the oil. It is all
Well, that's the thing. That's something you got to do, though.
Shit.
That's something you got to do, and it's not hard to do.
No, and it's not. Yeah, and Dean Stevens says it right here. It needs to be a correct hardness, but the hardness is not the issue. And he's right. It's not a hardness issue. It's a machining issue. It's a lack of quality control issue.
There's people who have been checking
perfectly flat. It's a cam lobe that doesn't have the taper on it, so the lifters don't spin. It's just piss poor quality control. And when you top that with shit oil, it just exactly.
But here's the thing: you've got major engine builders out there that check everything before they put it together. Right. Everything is good, and they're still losing. They're still losing cams and lifters. It's because of the oil.
No, you're right.
I think 90% of it is because of the oil nowadays. You got to buy, and people aren't using. If you look on YouTube, most of the people who've had problems. Dee Dee's Speed Shop had problems. Uncle Tony had problems.
Yep.
They didn't actually use a dedicated break-in oil.
Yeah. Or a dedicated oil.
Yeah, they use Shell Rotella with zinc additive in it, and it's not the same shit.
It's not the
and
same.
Don't play scientist. I hate that. I hate when people start playing mad scientist. You take that bottle and you dump it in your valve cover, the additive, right? Then you dump your oil on top of that. Is that getting mixed?
No.
How much of that is actually going in? So when you first initially start, you might have your straight.
You don't get any kind of mix for the first 2 or 3 minutes of runtime as it's running through the engine.
Well, but the thing is now, because of those two opposing, that's they're never going to mix. An acid is never going to mix with a detergent ever.
No,
so
they're never going to mix.
Like driven hot rod oil. It's already done for you.
Well, and it depends on the oil because they still have a lot of those damn detergents. This is what I like to do for a break-in oil. Non-detergent oil with a zinc additive, and you pre-mix it like Barrows is saying before you put it in the frickin' engine. But the problem is, so you made it through break-in. You dumped the break-in oil out of the thing. So, okay, the cam's broke in, whatever. And you put this shit oil in it, it's still not getting proper lubrication. And it may live a little longer, but it will still die an early death. Barrows mentioned a hot rod oil. There are some hot rod oils out there. I prefer what's that?
It's expensive.
It's very expensive. And I run AMSOIL. Once that sumbitch is broke in, I run AMSOIL full synthetic.
As long as you've gone all the way through it. And you've got modern seals in it, modern gaskets.
Right.
And if you're running quart gaskets and a rope seal, do not put synthetic in it.
It will leak every time.
Well, Royal Purple is probably just as good.
It is. It is. And again,
I used to run Joe Gibbs, but driven bottom out.
Yeah. That is the oil that I heard about on all these videos and everything I watched was driven oil. That's what everybody's using.
Yeah,
they make a really good high zinc break-in oil, and all of that is the driven oil. That's what I'm going to use.
Even though driven bottom out, it's still really the same formulation from what I understand.
Still made in the same factory
as the original Joe Gibbs stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put a motor together. I'm going to do it. I want to put a motor together with a comp cam and lifters and do it with the right break-in oil and everything else and run it and see what happens.
Well, check your frickin' lifters, Brian. I
I've
can't
never
tell
had
you
good
how
luck
many.
with
I can't.
comps.
But that's
I've
the
had
thing. Everybody, but
I
you get a
I-
bunch of people blaming comp.
no.
It
No,
may
no,
not.
no. And that goes back years. My dad
Yeah.
would threaten
Yeah.
to disown me if I put comp in. We use Howard.
Well, I'm going to do everything to make it fail, except for the oil. Is my whole thing.
I've got a story going all the way back to 2002 with a comp cam when I built a small block Chevy for a guy, and what it ended up boiling down to is I yelled and screamed loud and long enough after I lost 2 cams in the same freaking engine. I made him give me a roller retrofit setup. But
you get a discount through Howard's, Brian.
Yeah, I want to.
I'm not trying to convince you.
Squash. I want to do. Like I said, when I just want. That's why I was talking to you earlier, Dennis, about a 318. I'm going to put together a 318, and I want to get my run stand back from Tom, and I want to run it on the run stand, and I want to give it everything that everybody says is the failure reason. People blame comp cams. It's all, well, I'm going to buy a comp cam and lifter setup. Yeah, I'm going to check it, but I'm going to buy a comp cam and lifter setup. And if I can do it and it doesn't fail, and it's the oil is the reason it doesn't fail, then I could tell some people.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I've had mixed results with comp. I've had mixed results with Crower. I've had mixed results with Summit cams. It's not the cam. It's not the cam manufacturer. You get good ones and bad ones with all of them. It's piss poor quality control. If you check your parts and weed out the shit before you assemble the engine and put good oil in it, it will live.
Well, I'm also going to talk to Shane Polito about exactly all of this. I want him to pick out the cam, tell me the comp's exact break-in procedure, and I want to use all the right oil is the only thing I'm going to be doing different than what all these other guys have done.
Right. It's like Dennis and his flat tappet cams. He's happy with them. He's happy with the high-end cam grinder that he's using that actually takes the time
Racer Brown
to
is
check the shit that they're sending to him and selling to him. He's not having any trouble with them. But it's not a cheap-ass cam either.
I've run quite a few cams in my time. I've run quite a few. I had Ultradyne.
Oh, yeah. Ultradynes are good.
Insky is another good one.
I've took cams out of another motor and put it in another motor and stuff, and that's usually taboo. You're not supposed to do that either. If you really look up on the cams, you're not supposed to do that at all. But I've done it several times. I've never lost a cam like that. I have too. Back years ago, and I lost one of them within 8 passes. So I want to do that. To me, I think a lot of it. Man, I hate to say this, and I hate to get on that book too, but I think a lot of it gets overblown because now we got this media thing here, and we can go here and we can just shout out, "Hey, I'm losing these camshafts," blah 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 blah. Now we got a media that will run with that. And away it goes. Yeah. I think people's been losing camshafts since they invented camshafts. That's just my train of thought. So, some people who change a lot of camshafts, you probably might see more of a loss in it. Maybe your break-in procedure wasn't the same as the last one. Maybe the oil wasn't the same. Yeah, maybe it is quality control. But that happens in everything that you got, right down to brake pads to spark plugs. So,
valve train geometry, spring pressure, everything plays a major role. And I mean, big block Chevys have been known for their ability to eat a camshaft for the past 4 decades.
Spit push rods.
Yeah. I've always I like the big block Chevy, but I've always hated building the damn things because they, since I got involved with cars, damn near 40 years ago, they have been known for being cam eaters.
Yeah.
And that's not the fault.
The old 396 wasn't kind to a camshaft.
No.
No, they would
But
not
you
tax
also do
them.
got to admit they made a lot of changes. The government has made a lot of changes in the way they have to make the oil now because of emissions bullshit
Yep.
and all that.
Well,
And
it's
yeah,
taken
your
out
auto
gas.
manufacturers are all using roller now because I think it's because they had to.
Well, zinc
Well,
kills catalytic converters. It plugs
Yeah,
them right
yeah.
up. That's why
sure
they're
does.
taking it away. And everybody's been relying on Shell Rotella because it was diesel oil. Well, now diesels have got that, so they're
Yeah,
cutting it
so
out
they've
of
taken
diesel
it all
oil.
out of that.
Well, they
Well,
invented this here fluid stuff for the diesels for a problem that didn't exist with the diesel. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
Don't get me
they done
started
the
on
same
that.
thing
Admit that. Yeah.
they done the
Make
same
you
thing
have
with
a make
catalytic converters. So with the cars, they
make you
invented
carry
a
around a
problem.
Well,
make
come
you
on.
carry around a tank of cat piss in your diesel.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've been saying that too. But well, look at the state of California. If you got a dairy farm, they want you to put a catalytic converter up your cow's ass, for God's sake. California and their bullshit. They're the ones that's was pushing for all that damn DEF, that cat piss, and now they want rid of it because it's killing their fucking trees.
Yeah, remember the acid rain with the catalytic converters?
Yeah.
Remember all that old mess? Well, that didn't go away. They did create that stuff, so they didn't have a problem. Now they got one.
Yeah. They create
that's
their
just
own
like
shit, and then they blame
Made a lot of
everything
fun.
else for it.
That's just like in California, they love their big wind turbines until a bird flies through it.
Yeah, no shit. Good night, Clint.
See you, Clint.
See you later, buddy.
Or one catches fire. You ever seen a turbine on fire?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my God.
And how come do they keep putting them up and leaving the broken ones standing? They don't fix the broken ones. They just stand more of them up.
Talking about the same
Cheaper
state
to
that's
leave
made
them
it.
standing.
We're
Cheaper
talking
to-
about the same state that made it legal to take a shit on a public sidewalk. I mean, there is no logic there.
Have you seen some of the shit those homeless people are doing? They'll put a tent up next to a light pole and patch into the electric on the light pole,
Yeah.
and be sitting there on their laptop with their free Wi-Fi on the internet in their tent, sleeping on the street.
I ain't seen that, but it don't
Oh
surprise
yeah,
me.
yeah, they're doing it.
It don't
I wonder how
surprise
they're
me.
doing that because them light
Oh,
poles,
it
they don't
probably
run
ain't
on
safe.
110.
It probably ain't safe, but them, bums are smart.
Well, it depends on the light pole. You talking about like a street light or a traffic light?
Street light.
Yeah,
Most
that's
of
not
them run on
110.
277.
They're doing it.
And that's weird.
They're wiring them up and using them.
A single phase 220 you could do because you could pull a ground right off the ground and run one leg, but 277 is a completely different animal. Bet their laptop chargers ain't lasting very long.
Probably not. But they don't care because they'll just go somewhere and somebody will pay them to get a new one.
Yeah, no shit, or they'll steal one.
Yeah. It's like all those people in Chicago, that part of Chicago where the Walmarts are closing up.
Yeah, they're
The one
pulling out of
Walmart
Oregon too.
after they had their big protest, Walmart said, "Okay, we're going to reopen the store." They reopened the store, and that same day, within 2 hours, people stole 6 TVs out of there.
It's disgusting.
It's like you wonder why they're closing down the Walmart.
They don't only try to steal one from me, but that's okay.
Right. Yeah, I feel the same way.
And it also makes you wonder if they're protesting that they're losing a Walmart, or they're protesting they're losing all the free stuff from the Walmart.
Yeah.
I'm
They're
sorry. I
protesting because it's fun for them to be a thorn in
Yep.
somebody's ass at the end of the day.
It's hard to be famous, but it's real easy to be infamous.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool. Say that again.
It's hard to be famous, but it's real easy to be infamous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna try to go up and get your windshield tomorrow, Brian.
Do what?
We're gonna try to go up and get your windshield tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
For your duster?
Yep.
Nice.
Tinted or untinted?
I don't care.
Don't
I just
care.
want it to be. I just want glass. I just want to fill that hole.
Yeah.
I'm not picky. Hopefully, next paycheck I order all the stuff to do the rear end. Then I have that done. Then really all I got to find is a drive shaft for it, and it'll move.
Nice.
And I guarantee Mark's got a drive shaft out there.
He's got a few
He's got to
hundred.
measure it. Yeah,
Got a few
he's got
hundred.
drive shaft stacked up like cordwood out there.
Got a few hundred.
You figure out what you're gonna do with your heads, Barrows?
I think I got a few leads.
Right on.
If
Oh,
not,
Barrows! I was talking to my machinist last night. Whenever they cut the live off,
uh-huh.
I typed in there what he said.
30 over.
He said cutting it down 30, and that's what this guy does is Fords. That's his main. He's a Ford guy.
I wonder what CC that gives me. I got to look it up.
He said if you cut that
man.
head down 30, if you cut that head down 30 and run a flat top piston, if that's what you were going to run in it,
Yeah,
he said you should have like 9.5 to 1 compression.
that's perfect.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring. Somewhere 9.5, 9.7, somewhere in there.
He started doing the math on me. That's what took me so long to get off the phone with him. Is he went into doing the math. I was like, okay.
Taking 30
I
off.
appreciate
Justin wear them glasses like that with a hard hat like Snoopy. Instead of just
Taking
putting one
30
shield in
off
there.
should give you
If I can't
roughly
get
a
that
compression point.
Kind of, I think I'll play with the cam to see if I can get it to run on 8.5 or 9.
What size
Because the
camshaft?
flat tops will get me to 9.
What size camshaft is it?
I got to look at it.
It'll run. If it's
Well,
half or 9, it'll run.
when you're after cylinder pressure, lobe separation is your friend. If you can tighten it
Yeah.
up, you can get some more cylinder pressure too, which effectively gives you a higher dynamic compression ratio.
Exactly. Start playing with that.
What's the
I'll
what
lose
is
the
the
top
LSA
end,
on
but
the cam you're planning on running?
what's that?
What is the LSA on the cam you're planning on running?
I think it was 110.
Ooh,
That ought to do pretty good.
ooh. The heavy car?
No, about 3,000, 2,800.
3,000. Yeah. I'm not a big 110 guy unless I was going to run some kind of power additive or something. But that's me. Everybody's got their own opinion about that. Always, always like to have the LSA down lower. I want it to move.
About 1.9.
108, 109. The tighter it is, the more cylinder pressure you'll build.
Yeah, the more cylinder pressure you build and the more bottom end torque you'll get out of it.
Right.
Too. So
Yeah.
it'll make that car move faster, quicker.
Yep.
So you're going to give it up. I mean, you're either going to give it up on the top end or you're going to give it up on the bottom end on the
Yeah,
camshaft.
exactly.
It's pretty hard
Yeah.
to get that one that's right in the middle. You can get there, but I kind of like a 106, 108, somewhere in there. That's where I like to be. And then I can move. My car's about 2980. That's where my race car is. And it's in at 104. It's a 108 center line. I installed it at 104.
Right. So you got it advanced a little bit.
Yeah. So, but that's me. Not everybody plays the game I'm playing, and I tend to play a lot different game than everybody else does. So,
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
think-
it's all
I
about.
appreciate it.
you know.
Well, that's like you can run 14 to 1 compression because you run alcohol too.
Well,
Yeah,
here's
you were talking
always
about your 14. Your
here's
pistons are going
always
to
a
be
trick.
14 to
You know,
1.
it's always a trick question when it comes to compression. Compression don't mean a whole lot to me. I would rather the car just run rather than worry about a whole lot of compression. I've seen a lot of bad fast cars sitting at 9 compression. A lot of bad fast ones. So don't think compression is your end all game building a motor, because it's really not. Unless you're going to build something, extravagant where you're going to run it up there, then okay. But it's got its penalties too. Here you got to run a different octane fuel and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and the more compression you build, you got to understand about compression. The more compression you're building in that motor, the harder it's hitting that rod in on that cap, on that crankshaft. So it's putting more brutality on that crankshaft down there too. So you always got to remember that. And then start wanting the chatter bearing, all kinds of stuff. The more compression you run, it has a penalty to it. So,
well, you mainly run the methanol to keep everything cool, right?
well, it does help with the cooling capabilities, but I've also got the octane there to ward off any kind of pinging or anything like that. I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, there's probably maybe 13 to 1 in my motor I got right now. Run aluminum heads. Aluminum heads, you got to remember one thing about aluminum heads. You can run a little more compression because you're going to lose it. Once that head heats up, it starts expanding away. So, it's a little bit, but yeah. So just because you think you're going to gain something with aluminum heads, you're actually going to lose a little bit of compression with aluminum heads.
Yep. Well, that's part of the reason why you can always get away.
A little lower octane, you can run a little lower octane and get by with it with aluminum heads too. So if you got a little compression, you can get by with it once the head heats up.
Yeah, that's where I was going. That's why you can get away with a little bit higher compression on the street with an aluminum head, because it goes away once it's at operating temp.
Yeah, and then play with
the time. It dissipates the heat quicker.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a race right there. That's a race I want to see. NSB's Dart against Dennis's Duster. I want to see that race.
That would be cool. Glad to see you in here, Terry. Mind you be so slow I'm calling out the Model A to win.
What would be cool is if we could get the Willies there. Run the Willies against them.
I got to get the 500 subs. If I can't get the 500 subs, my car won't be there, so it won't matter.
Oh, we'll get you there. You got enough people. You got quite a few people helping you out now. I think Bondo Billy said he was gonna do.
Yeah, and
give you a shout out, and that'll probably get you a shit ton of subs right there. That might get you your 500. I don't know how many Bondo Billy's got. Jesus, what has he got for subs?
Rich GT says I'm at 12 to 1 NA, and she runs good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cam profile plays a big role in that too.
A little bit.
Cam profiles is the biggest investment you can probably go with is the right cam and converter. That's probably the two biggest items that you really need to focus on them two areas.
Well, that's the other thing too. You can offset some of the issues that too much or too little compression will give you with the proper cam profile.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
We ran a 440 that was probably maybe at best 8.5 to 1 at best, and it run in the 10s.
Yeah. Because you had the right cam in it.
Right camshaft. Yeah, it was the right combination. Took it out, put it on gas, and it barely run 12 O's. So, yeah. Still
man, I didn't know that. Did you know Bondo Billy's got like 140,000 subs?
Yeah.
Can you believe that? That's just amazing.
And he got most of them just by pissing people off.
Yeah.
He got most of his subs by doing stuff that people says he's doing wrong.
ASO's going to get you your subs. He's going to make 300 channels.
I may have offended somebody by now. I don't know.
Hey, trolls will get you subs.
Oh
They-
man.
I really
Every
don't
time
give a
one of my
shit who I
videos starts to
offend.
go a little flat, all I gotta wait is for somebody to put a snide comment or something in there, and boom, it shoots it right back up there again,
Yep.
and I'll
It
start
sure
pulling
does.
bugs off it again.
Well, we're gonna test that theory when I start doing this truck. Because I'm gonna do this truck the wrong way.
Start doing shit what people perceive as being wrong. It'll get you
Yeah.
subs. It'll get you trolls.
And ask a question: will this work?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's sort. Yeah. What would you do?
Exactly. That opens the door wide open for them.
Yeah.
But put your helmet on.
Well, that's what I'm going to do with the GM HEI module deal. Is will this work? And you
Oh,
watch
that's
that
a great idea.
that
'Cause you know
damn
that truck-
video is going to
That
do
truck has
really
got
well.
rust.
I hope.
You know that truck of mine has got rust all along the top of the windshield. I'm going to use that as the thumbnail, and the name of the video is going to be "How would you handle this?"
There you go. I've actually had good luck with videos where
Go
the
for it.
title is a question.
Yep. It makes it more interactive, and people want to interact with it.
Good or bad? Hey,
Yep.
Hey,
Oh yeah. It don't matter, but it don't matter.
That's what I said. Get you a helmet. Buckle up.
Yeah.
See, but then they're going to lose their shit when I tell them at the end of the video, "Oh, I'm just going to shoot some spray foam in there and put some fiberglass over it and run it."
Right.
Dennis is getting ready to boil over right now just hearing me say it.
Quit pissing people off, Brian. Be good. Be nice.
I can do it real easy with the best of them. So
But the
sometimes I
easiest and
piss them,
best
don't
advice I
mean
have
to.
for getting subs and getting your channel going is just consistent
Yeah.
publishing.
And
The
that's
more you
that's
can
what
get it
it
out
boils
there and the more
down to.
consistent you are, boom, it'll just happen by itself.
Well, and it's just the whole consistency thing. That's why, even though I started a little bit late, I was not going to cancel the damn live tonight. I could have so easily. Like I said, I've been out there thrashing in that shop all freaking day, building that workshop. I could have took it or left it, but I didn't want to break the damn algorithm.
That's the hole I'm having to dig out of right now.
Yeah.
We've actually had a good turnout here tonight. The chat is stupid busy. I'm
Got in chat here
pleased.
now.
Yeah, so I'd rather be late than not at all.
Yeah. How many you got in there right now?
Yeah, there's 10 in here now.
Oh. Well, it's almost midnight. That's good numbers for almost midnight.
Yeah, we were up to I think we were up to 18 or 19 a little while ago, but I was worried about what I was going to do because we usually get the spillover from John, and there was about a half-hour gap there.
Yeah.
John hung in there for a few extra minutes. I think he shut down about 10 after. But
NSB still.
Yeah, better be pissed off than pissed on. I've been saying that for a while.
Well, Bear Rose, have you been noticing that? I think everybody's been getting less views on the lives for some reason. Because I remember we used to get like 50, 60, no problem. But it's like the lives are falling off a little bit. I don't know.
I just think it's because it's summer.
Yeah.
I do too.
In the winter,
Brian, you know what we need to do? I'm getting some more subs now. I'm at 626 now, and with what we're learning about StreamYard, we need to do one of these big streams, me and you, and what would be nice would be to get somebody like Shane or Jed, even because he's got a lot of subs, and do this 3-way live thing and get Dennis involved in it. I think that would help him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and all of us, when all 3 of our channels, or even if it's just you and me, Brian, when we do it, we need to, once we get our people in the live that we want, we need to change our pinned link to Dennis's channel. To get, so they got an easy way to go check him out and see if he can earn their subs.
well, that's the thing. I want to do that. Like I said, the next couple of weeks, I want to do that just with a big, long live stream. And the way it's so easy for other people to just share it on their channel, I think it could really be successful. That's what I wanted to talk to Barrows and Buck about, because I was thinking about going live like at noon on a Saturday. But then, like, whenever your normal time comes up, just jump into mine and put it on yours.
Got one of those hula girls in the rat rod, Dennis.
Yeah. I was going to try to put it on the dash of the race car, but it won't stay on there.
Right. Well, I think I got some 3M double-sided tape is how we got it stuck on the dash of the rat rod, and it stays put.
Yeah.
That Gorilla tape, that double-sided Gorilla
Wilburn.
tape is good shit.
Yeah. John Wilburn says, Billy is great. You bet your ass he is.
Him and Dudes with Wrenches.
Yes.
They have the perfect format for shorts.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually doing
John's
full-length videos in 1 minute. And I think that's why they're, well, that's got the personality for it.
Yeah, John's still hanging in there.
Oh yeah, John will sneak up on a live. It'll be like 1 a.m, and John will just see John in the chat. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, he's done that in more than one of my lives with you guys in here. It's always fun.
He's been sitting here the whole time.
Paper.
I'm sure he has. Dash the race car would make. John Wilburn says the dash of the race car would make the hula girl become a limbo girl. Yeah, no shit.
Be lean back all.
John keeps tabs on us.
Yeah, he does. John's a ninja.
Yeah, not this week, but next week. You want to take my spot, Brian? Because I'll be out of town.
Oh, are you? What day? What weekend, Barrows?
Not tomorrow, but next week.
That's a good idea, Brian. Phil, take over Barrows that weekend when he's not on. Keep the spot warm and.
Oh, is it going to be next weekend that you're doing that?
Yeah,
so you're not going to be around next weekend.
And now that we got this multi-stream stuff, I can go on. If you take my spot, no problem. I'll just join in on yours, and I'll hit that little button over there and
let it ride.
Stream it right over. Ride.
That's what I was thinking with you, with having you and Buck do, both of you do that. To where, I know. I'll basically be doing the same thing Buck's doing, but I'm just going to do it for 12 hours.
It's funny you mentioned that.
Give me a big jug of tea in here so I could just not have to leave.
And I found out when we were doing that. See, I'm on the free version, so it counts off the hours for me. But when I streamed off of yours, Tony, it didn't count them hours against my.
Really?
You're only allowed 20 a month. It didn't count those.
Well, it's probably because even though you streamed off of mine, I think mine was still the mothership.
Yeah, exactly.
My paid StreamYard was the one that was putting the hours to your YouTube channel. So, because you were a guest.
Yeah.
If you
but
were,
you still got watch time hours off of it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You should have.
Yeah, I got all.
Yep.
all of
did
it
too.
that I started from, I got.
See, I was scrambling out there working this afternoon, and I texted you, Brian, on Facebook, and you never answered me. I was going to try and get you to do a similar thing if you weren't busy.
Oh, I didn't
to,
notice.
to sit to sit here and keep this damn live warm while I finished up out there. And then
Oh,
you didn't
actually,
answer.
what I wasn't even home at that time. When
Yeah,
I
you
came in and
probably.
said something when I got back, I was at the store.
It's fine.
And that might help
It was
boost
a
you in the
last
hours
minute
too.
thing, you know. I was like I said, I was just thrashing all day, and 7 o'clock snuck up on me. I'm like, I gotta do my live.
Well, I got the live Saturday with Shane, and then Monday I think me, Jed, and William are going to do the wide guys thing that we do,
Oh, cool.
where we go through the Facebook Marketplace and show cars for sale.
Right.
I think we're going to do that Monday evening, because everybody's off Tuesday, so figure you might be able to get a decent audience.
Yeah. So you're going to be live with Shane tomorrow, Brian?
Yeah, tomorrow at 7:30.
7:30 your time.
Yeah.
So that'll be about, I think, 3:30 here.
No,
You
I'm
said
only.
what?
I'm
What
And I'll
time
set
is?
mine up for the redirect, so we can just redirect right into yours.
What time is is it right now, Brian, at your place?
11:48.
Yeah, so you're 2 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
It's 9:48 here. Dean used to hang out in dodgier places.
I try to do that on all my lives. I've actually got YouTube open and I keep refreshing it, waiting for Brian to come on, and then, oh, okay, here we go.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I normally wouldn't go on that early, but Shane puts his kids to bed, and that's the only time from
Oh, that's
basically
cool.
7:30 to 8:30 is when I could get him to come on.
Right.
I need to
And
figure
if
out
I
who I'm
don't
going to
shut
have on
down,
that. Well, no, the following
I'll
week
post
I
your
can
link.
do the.
And
Yeah,
when I
you
notice you're
redirect.
on, and if I'm still going, I always post your link in my comments too. So
Yeah, people bounce around. If there's more than
yeah,
one on at a time, people will bounce around. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I tried to float a little bit everywhere. If there's a live, I'll float.
I do the same.
good Lord, if you try to pick a night that nobody's doing them, you'll never do one because
No,
it's every
you
night.
won't. It's even worse now. That's like, I don't know who we're going to be stepping on Monday night, because I don't know who does Monday nights anymore, but I guarantee
Travis
there's somebody
was
out
doing
there.
them, but he ain't done one in a while.
I know Art used to do the Monday nights.
Yeah, and then he quit, and Travis took over, and I don't think anybody's doing them now.
Almost makes me wish I didn't work second shift, but then people just get tired of seeing me, because, like, I didn't work Thursday, so I was on Jason's live. Well, you're live tonight. I'm gonna have my live tomorrow.
I'm live
But they
right
are a
now.
good way to get out there. So if you can do these, I mean, do them.
Well, this is actually will help you get subs if you could jump into other people's lives like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've only been in one other live.
Yeah, John's right. Back then, when it was UTG, Brian, and him, it was easy to cooperate.
Yeah.
Yeah, now everybody's doing them, which is a good thing. You know, it's
Oh yeah,
cool.
I like watching the lives. Hell, I like listening to them at work.
Well, you know, I remember when I decided to do this at this time slot, I was really suspicious of if it would do any good, and it has done well.
I don't know why people would not take this time slot.
But
right after Wilburn, you've got a good audience. You know, if you can come in right after him and you start and you, like you said, stay consistent. That way, everybody knows. People are going to know that you're on every week. After
It's
that,
prime.
your numbers are just going to keep going up.
Yep.
And we all know each other, so we all help each other.
Right.
Well, that and I'm
Yeah,
seeing
no,
different people now that I
Okay.
did the Dead Dodge Garage Live. I'm seeing different people in my stuff. Like
Right.
today, I jumped on playing video games for a couple hours, and there was a couple guys from there. I was like, I don't even know who these guys are.
Yeah, no, this has
You're
turned
well
out
on
to
your
be
way
a
to
really good
1,000
time.
now, though, Brian.
Huh?
You're well on the way to
What-
1,000 now, though.
I'm hoping if I could get my act together and start making videos and shit again, I'm hoping to be monetized by No Name.
We'll get you
It's
there.
not that I'm worried about the money. It's just another goal, you know.
Monetized or otherwise, I'm hoping to be at 1,000 by No Name. And I think once I really start, as the videos start coming on the truck coming together, I think the 1,000 will come easy. So like I said, I'm at 626 now. John has
Get
the
the
Carson
force.
spot, and I have the Letterman spot. Right? Works great because he's on Pacific time. Yep.
If I can get to 475, I'll load my car for No Name.
Well, hell, if you got to 400, you could probably panhandle 100 subs at the gate. Dizzy
Yeah,
did
there's two
that
guys who
year.
did it.
John wouldn't like that. I want to
Busy
get
here
it.
was
Oh
one of
no,
them.
those people that did it last year.
Yeah,
What-
busy.
Those people that did it last year had John's full support.
I just think as soon as we got to get a couple more videos made on your car. Get out to the
Oh,
racetrack a couple more times. I mean, how much did you get off of that one?
Oh God, I don't know. I'm at
It
245.
was over 100 subs, wasn't it?
I was at 177, I think, when I got to the track, and I think I was right at 200 by midnight. Something like
And then
that.
the next day was
The next day, yeah. So that video, a
Track.
couple of them worked out really swell.
Track time and burnouts. Burnouts will get you subs and views too.
Yeah.
People like burnouts.
Yeah.
And any kind of little quick how-tos.
Yep.
Well, me just pulling.
And
I
think
done a
of
little
the
short last
Stupidest
week.
things.
Yeah, I done a little short just pulling the car out of the garage, and it hit like 1.2K viewers. It's like, dude, all I'm doing is pulling the car out of the shop. That's all I'm
Yeah,
doing.
it's
It'll always be
shorts
the
are
weirdest
funny.
ones.
well, I got 2,000 views in 2 hours of Dennis pouring fuel through a rag into his fuel cell.
That was
Terry
crazy.
says, "Hey, do you guys want me to troll you so your channels will go up?" There you go.
Yeah, I got like
Yeah.
200 subs off of taking snap rings out of U-joints.
We had
Why?
two.
I don't know.
John Wilburn says we had two panhandling with cardboard signs last year. Damien from MM&M showed me his subs on his phone with the minute he got 500, and I told him to hit the tech line, and I'd have his car number waiting. Yep, John's behind it all the way. He's here to help us.
And both those guys hustled too. I mean, they were
They
actually
did.
putting videos out, and they earned them. They
They
earned
did.
all of it.
Terry, send the trolls.
Yeah. Did you hear any of that? If you'd have poured that fuel through a pair of panties, yeah, you
You
probably
need to reshoot
would
that
have.
video, Dennis.
Did you guys see all them shit talking bastards on
Oh, God.
Mr. Will's frickin'
Oh,
live
yeah.
last weekend? I couldn't believe the garbage. I listened to it for about 10 minutes, but it was just bold-faced lies. And
Oh, he
about
was saying how John Wilburn talked bad about me, talked bad about Just Mopar Joe, talked bad
yeah,
about Jeff from Two Hacks. I
yep,
looked at it, I said, bullshit.
yeah. I couldn't believe that shit. I was
And that
driving
son of a
home.
gun used my name to throw fuel on the fire. Oh man, I come unglued. I cut him
I
off.
commented in the
He's
video. I
one
was
of the
like,
few
look,
that I have
don't
got blocked.
I
I
wanted to,
I
but I was driving. But
I,
it
I, I
just
put in the I put in the comments. I said, keep my name out of your bullshit. I don't want
Yeah,
nothing to do
watch
with
him
it. I
because
don't
he'll.
agree with anything you guys are doing here.
yeah, it just pissed me off. The bold-faced lies. And I knew it was bold-faced lies. Like, who are these assholes?
Well, and the whole thing, if Rich wouldn't have come into Wilburn's live the first time talking shit about how his 50 whatever Chevy was going to wipe the floor with everybody at No Name Nationals, if he wouldn't have come in there talking shit like he was and lying like he was, none of that would have happened. All John and Auto Salvage Outlaws have ever done is call him out on his bullshit.
Right. Well, the thing was, it wasn't just that shithead.
Mhm.
It was for who was the other dipshit that was in there with him? I can't remember who the heck it was.
DRC, those are
DRC,
the
yeah,
guys. Those are the guys. See that's the whole thing. And we're talking about getting subs, and there's a right way and there's a wrong way.
right.
Those guys did it, or Mr. Will made a video just trashing Uncle Tony last year, and it got him up to his subs, and because people like to see a shit show, and that's nothing but being a
Yeah,
bottom feeder. I don't want
absolutely.
those kind of subs. None of us
No,
want those kind of subs.
no, I
And that's
don't
what he
want 'em.
threw my name on. That son of a gun. I had nothing to do with it.
And that's what's funny is it's been a year and he hasn't gone up in hardly any subs at all.
Nope.
Nobody wants to see his videos of his cars that he's bought and not done any work to. Nobody wants to see his shit.
No, it's all it is. It's a circus. Yeah, exactly. NSB. Will was Tony's biggest fan, and one comment made him Tony's biggest hater.
Yep. Because Tony used to shout him out all the time.
Yep. Sure did.
Yeah. Him and Daddy's Money and everybody that tried to help him just got bit.
That would be like that would be like me next week start talking shit on Dead Dodge Garage, you know? That would be the exact same thing. I wouldn't ever do that.
I don't talk bad about anybody, no matter how bad they are.
That dude's got 11,000 subs,
guys. So I don't want to
give
it any time. So
he's got 11,000 subs. He didn't need to have my 800 subscriber channel on his live, but he did it because we talked and he we think the same way on a lot of stuff.
Yes, exactly.
I kind of messed up his live. I was having to be quiet. I don't know if anybody watched it. I was having to be quiet a lot because he likes to go through and read every single comment. Well, we were like 20 minutes into it, and he was already 20 minutes behind on comments because we just started talking. And he was like, and I was just like, oh, read, do your thing. I know how you I know how you handle your lives. He's one I want to have on and just to have a conversation with.
Oh well, they got their own thing going. I'm not watching.
Yeah,
it.
let them have it.
Yeah, I got zero
Exactly,
time for it. So.
NFB.
Yeah, let's get back to talking about milling heads. Good idea.
You're back talking about no name nationals and the good shit.
Because
Yeah.
there's a lot more good.
500 subs, so I can bring my car down there and try to go after
When
that.
you get Dennis
bounty.
500 subs.
Yeah, and then see where Redbeard is. See if my motor's in the car and see if I can get matched up with Redbeard, maybe.
Oh, there you go. That
Well,
would
you
be
got to get
cool.
past NSB before you go after Redbeard now.
I don't think NSB. I don't. I mean, I don't know, but I think my car has got that handled, but I ain't real sure. You know. Never know.
Oh shit! That's all right. I got that. I got that blue V body handled with mine. So
Yeah.
John Wilburn says, call him out.
has he even been making videos lately? I haven't checked
I know
out
how
his stuff.
fast that demon is, so I can't say anything.
That demon's pretty wicked.
You know, and that's something else, Dennis. Call out videos will get you subs and views.
Yep.
Yeah.
Call
I'd hate
him
to
out.
come out and be embarrassed. So
Ain't nothing to be embarrassed about. Win or lose, it's about the fun.
Exactly.
I know.
That's the way I see it.
I'd at least like to be in the show with him.
Yeah.
He's,
I mean,
he's in that 5 second. He's down there in that 5 second zone. I'm up there in that 6 second. So it's at least want to make it look interesting.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty damn proud of my engine, but it ain't the toughest thing in the world. It's gonna get whipped by half the guys out there. But you know what? I'll take that sumbitch down the track next to Redbeard, and I'll watch the ass end of that demon go halfway down the track, and I'll have fun doing it.
You'll have an awesome view of his run.
Damn right, and I'll have fun doing it. I know he'll hand my ass to me, but it'll be fun.
Next year,
and I will earn the right to say I lost to Redbeard.
I always thought this would be a cool call out. It's like, say you had 3 people on a team and somebody else had 3 people on a team. And, everybody races once, and the team with the most wins out of 3 races wins the call out. I'd like to come up with something like that.
NSB, I'm sure we're going to hook up if I can get down there.
Oh, we can get you down there. Getting down there ain't going to be the problem.
When I get down there, I just got to be able to get a car. That's the deal. We're 82 days, really. So
It's a good comment, John. Very good response there.
And Redbeard and Edwin, boy, those are 2 great guys right there.
Oh man,
Mhm.
Yes they are.
I wish they could have hung out more and not been. He was changing tires and stuff like that, and
Yeah, and I knew
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
another thing.
John was talking about was a call out race, not the bullshit.
Because that's the whole
Yeah,
thing about the No Name Nationals. It's a get together. It's a big
Yeah.
meet and greet at a drag strip. So of course we're going to use the drag strip, but the whole event is about getting there and meeting everybody. It's just cool.
I can't say anything about it at all. But I think William actually stands a chance to win, to take 2 years in a row on the burnout competition. He's got a plan, and it's a good, solid plan. I think he's going to win.
He wants that tire piece back, huh?
Mhm.
yeah, NSB has my attention right now. If I was going to I mean, I'd like to call Redbeard out, but NSB has my attention. So.
Dennis, we're gonna make them both go out and buy dusters after No Name Nationals.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't mind finding a duster to put a big block in. I love them.
'66 and up though. Make it easy on yourself.
Remember the famous Shelby quote, Dean Ferrari's ass is mine. Yeah. That was a good movie, too, by the way. They did a good job with that.
Oh, Bear Rose, there's a guy selling a bunch of cars. You got to watch. This is you got to watch Monday, because one of the ads I'm going to put up, I found this guy has the absolute coolest collection, and he's selling off all these cars. None of them are nice; they're all project cars, but
Right up
he's
my
selling
alley.
all off in Missouri. You're gonna want to you and your dad are gonna want to drive down to Missouri and pick up 2 or 3 cars from this guy. I swear to God, he's got a Pinto. He's got a nice Pinto.
Ooh,
You know, I am just going to say this, though,
I got another
Terry.
460.
We ain't the ones. We ain't the ones doing the tearing down. We're just trying to defend ourselves. You know, those are the guys that are going out of the way to, out of their own way to try and crap on our parade, our community. If they don't want to be part of it, that's fine, but they shouldn't be out there, talking a bunch of crap and making up crap on us. That's not right either.
There's a difference between
30-year-old
tearing
tires?
somebody down and calling somebody out
Right.
as a liar. And it's I hate liars.
That's all.
I can't
That's
handle
all
liars. I cannot handle liars. So if somebody's going to lie to me, bold-faced lie, then yeah, I'm going to call them out on it. And if they can't handle it, then they need to tell the truth. Because if you tell the truth, you're probably going to get people who are more willing to help you out.
For AHRA? I don't think so. Your AHRA membership is yearly, not that monthly.
I like how we can all talk and leave aside the bad. I'm still kind of sorry that I haven't laboratory tested Vegemite, Maramite, Polymite, rod bearing specialist coating.
You might be onto something with that Vegemite, though.
Yeah.
There's got to be a better use for it than eating it.
Thanks for hanging in, brother.
Maybe that's the secret to getting cams to last. You got to coat them with a little Vegemite before you put them in.
There you go. There's a lot coating technology for bearing technology and bearing coating technology has come a long way.
Metallurgy in general has.
Right. And Vince 220 is way more intelligent than we can give him credit for, and it. Don't ever underestimate A58.
I got a lot of antique firearms, and yeah, I have to hand load just to tame it down because that old stuff is brittle.
Yeah, I just got one more thing to say about that whole situation. Is it sure? Yeah, like he said, being kind costs nothing, but also telling the truth costs nothing.
Right.
And telling the truth is a lot easier to keep track of the truth than it is a whole pack of lies.
Well, if we upset Rich, I'm sorry for that. Rich 350, but I don't appreciate people lying on our community. That's all.
No.
We don't go shit on them, so don't shit on us. And the only fire we've ever given them is return fire.
Yep.
We don't fire until fired upon. And it's just
Right.
a crappy situation all around.
I need to start thinking about something different because that whole situation just pisses me off.
Yeah.
Now, though, with the whole cam thing, supposedly that new diamond coating stuff that comp cams is that you can get on their cams, from what Shane has said, they've cycled those things. They've taken lifters out and put them in different bores on the same camshaft, and it just runs with that. I don't know.
When are they releasing that?
I've heard that diamond coating is some pretty badass shit. And I haven't been doing as much YouTube watching, but I don't know if any of you guys follow Brent Likens Motorsports. He's predominantly Ford FE. And a few of the parts that are in the rat rods 428 came from him. But he uses a lot of the coated stuff, and he did one. I'm not sure if it's done yet. I haven't watched any of his videos in about a month now. They're all sitting on my watch later list. But he was doing a bunch of stuff on the coatings, and he's a believer. He will wait, and he will coat. He won't build an engine without coated bearings. He's done some of the work and the testing on the coated cams and lifters and stuff, and he would be a good channel to follow if you're into that. Well, I enjoy it.
What's the cost difference in them?
Yeah, that's something I might ask Shane tomorrow night if we talk about that. The cost difference. I wonder if it's huge.
There's a pretty significant cost difference. The coatings are expensive.
JB.
Well, that's like those guys. JB's back.
What's JB up to? Is he stirring up the pot? JB's fun to be around.
Well, it's like those Engine Masters guys. All those guys who enter that Engine Master competition, they code every little thing. And it's like, well, that's nice, but who the hell can afford to do that?
Yeah, it is expensive, but when you're building high-end engines, I mean, it's expensive.
Well, yeah, and those guys, they're just trying to get every tenth of a horsepower out of every little thing on them motors.
Okay, guys, I'm tapping out for the day. Had enough.
All right.
Yeah, I think I better too. I gotta go wash all this metal flake off me.
Yeah, I gotta finish this project tomorrow too. So, thanks for being here, Dennis.
It's great.
See you later, Dennis.
See y'all.
I've been subbed to him for a while now.
He's had enough.
He done just jumped out.
Yeah, I think I better call it a night too. It's great seeing y'all.
Yeah, you too, man.
I may try to get up early and do something tomorrow before it gets too hot. It ain't supposed to get that hot here tomorrow, though, so I might get some stuff done.
It's supposed to be warmer here tomorrow than it was today.
And I'll text you tomorrow, Brian.
Okay. You get my number?
I found that's the easiest way to do this, and that way I don't interrupt you if you're in the middle of filming or busy.
Do you have my number? When?
Yeah.
Did I give you? Oh, okay. I haven't even looked at my
I still
phone. I
got
didn't
your
think about
business
it.
cards here somewhere.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That'll work.
But yeah, I'll text you tomorrow.
All right.
We'll get together.
Cool.
And well, we'll see y'all tomorrow night.
Yep.
See you
I'm
tomorrow
out too.
night.
We'll see you
Hopefully.
later.
Right on. Well, that was a fun chat. I think I'm going to shut it down myself. I got a whole bunch of crap to do tomorrow, so I don't want to stay up too late. Appreciate everybody coming in. Appreciate the mods helping out. And we will see you next week. Take care, everyone.